What is going on, everyone? Welcome into another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, where I'll be doing my live play-by-play and reactions to the end of this season, and of course, the March Madness tournament coming up in less than 3 weeks. And tonight, we have a big game out in the SEC once again between the number 10 LSU Tigers traveling out on the road tonight as they'll be taking on the Florida Gators at home. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the end of this season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. So stay in the know here all season long with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So we're about 6 to 7 minutes away before the tip-off. So before I get you into the play-by-play here, I'll go over some of the stats here for both of the teams with LSU and Florida. So let's look at the away team first, the number 10 LSU Tigers with a 24-5 record. They're 14-2 in the SEC right now. They're 8-1 on the road currently. They've won 3 games in a row right now for LSU. They have a 4-2 record against the AP Top 25. Their last 2 games for LSU, they beat Texas A&M 66-55. That was back on February 26th, as they had 2 players in double-doubles for that game. Naz Reid had 18 points, 11 rebounds for the Tigers, and Cavell Bigby Williams had 10 points, 11 rebounds as well for LSU. And then their last game against Alabama at the Crimson Tide on Saturday, LSU pulling out the 74-69 victory there. Skylar Mays, he won a perfect 8 for 8 shooting from the free throw line. He had a team-high 20 points in that one. And Naz Reid, another double-double for LSU in the last game. He had 12 points and 13 rebounds. So thank you for joining me. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions to LSU against Florida. This one's tipping out in about 5-6 minutes from now. We'll have the tip-off here. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. Going over the impact players for tonight, we'll go over the LSU Tigers. Naz Reid is the freshman forward from Ashbury Park, New Jersey, as Reid has had 6 double-doubles in the last 2 games. He averages 7 rebounds per game. That's good for a team high right now. And he also averages around 13.5 points per game as well for Naz Reid. How about Javonte Smart, the freshman guard, hometown, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, right out of LSU where they came from. Javonte Smart had a career-high 29 points against Tennessee. He averages above 11 points per game. Don't forget about one of the point guards here, could be one of the National Players of the Year for point guard, Tremont Waters, the sophomore point guard from New Haven, Connecticut. He had a career-high 36 points against Texas A&M in conference play. He has the team lead right now for points per game. He averages 15.3 points per game and coming in just a little below 6 assists on the season. Right now, Tremont Waters ranks at 3rd in the SEC in assists per game. And right now, he's 4th in all college basketball in steals per game. He averages just above 3 steals per game. As we look at another impact player here, Skylar Mays for LSU, the junior guard as well, hometown kid from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He has 4 straight games with double-digit points. He had 18 points the last time they took on Florida back on February 20th. And don't forget about Cavell Bigby Williams, who is the senior forward from London in the UK. He had 8 double-doubles. He's right now 5th in the conference, averaging just below 2 blocks per game. How about LSU this season? They have a 9-2 record against top 50 teams this season. Right now inside the bracketology by ESPN, they put them as a number 3 seed in the latest bracketology rankings by ESPN. If the season ended today, let's see who they'll play. They'll play Yale from the Ivy League if that season finished today, but still a lot left to play. And of course, it's a 1-bid league in the Ivy, so anybody can win it anyway. And I'm sure that the seeds will get shuffled around from now until Selection Sunday on March 17th. But here we are, LSU against Florida. How about what LSU does well this season? They're 5th right now in all college basketball with an average of 9.3 steals per game. They're also 7th in all college basketball with 271 total steals this season. They rank 2nd in the SEC with points per game, right behind Tennessee. They average just below 82 points per game, and they also rank 2nd in the SEC in rebounds as well, as they average 35.5 rebounds per game for the LSU Tigers. They've only lost 5 games this season. In those 5 games, LSU gave up 79 points or more in all 5 of those games. They're tied for 23rd right now in all of college basketball in scoring offense, where they average 81.8 points per game. But the struggle here has been defensively for LSU this season, as they are right now in the bottom half of college basketball in points allowed. They allow around 73 points per game. That's good for only 228th in all of college basketball right now. So the last time LSU took on Florida, it was Florida who came away with a victory at Baton Rouge, 82-77. That game was back on February 20th. Skylar Mays led the Tigers with 18 points. Naz Reid with 16 points and 15 rebounds. How about that? As Naz Reid had a career high in 15 rebounds the last time they took on Florida. We'll go over the Gators stats very shortly as we're almost to action here. Florida Gators coming in right on the bubble, 17-12 overall, 9-7 in the SEC, 9-5 at home. They did lose their last game, and that one crushed them. It was at Georgia on Saturday. They lost 61-55. Georgia is currently second to last, right in front of Vanderbilt in the SEC right now, as Georgia has a record of 11-18 and 2-14 in conference play. That loss really hurt the Florida Gators. We look to these key players for Florida. Andrew Nembhard, he had 11 assists twice this season for the Gators, leads the team with 5.2 assists per game. How about Kayvon Allen? He was held 1 for 10 shooting, only 5 points against Georgia, but he's the leading scorer, averaging 12.5 points per game. So here we go. We're at the tip-off circle. Georgia and LSU about to get tipped off, and they do. LSU in the purple jerseys with a yellow lettering, and Florida in their home whites with a blue lettering and the orange outline. We're here to action. LSU with the ball first. At the left side of the perimeter, Javonte Smart passes it off here. Top of the key to Skylar Mays. Skylar Mays currently averages 13.7 points per game. They're at the top of the key. They shoot the 3 ball from outside. No good off the iron by Javonte Smart. Rebounded here by Florida. As this game just started 0-0. Florida now with the ball, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Passing it off. Andrew Nembhard feeds the ball down inside the low post, trying to back his way in there. Spin move by Kavarius Hayes kicks the ball back outside for the Gators. 19:08 left in the first, and hits the shot from the left elbow. It goes down. The first 2 points of the game scored by Kayvon Allen, the senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, for the Florida Gators. They're up 2-0 right now. LSU with the ball, trying to look to see if they can score on their second possession of the game, left side of the perimeter. Skylar Mays dribbling towards the top of the key here. Mays takes the 3 ball from the outside, rattles out, no good, rebounded by Florida. If you're just joining us, Florida is up in this one 2-0 against LSU with 18:35 left to go in the first. Driving now inside. They kick it back outside. The Gators will set up the offense with Andrew Nembhard at the top of the key, calling the plays with 18:23 left to go. 12 on the shot clock. Nembhard passes the ball out. Left wing of the perimeter. Jalen Hudson passes top of the key to Hayes with 5. Right wing 3. Hits it from the outside by Florida with a 5-0 lead. So all 5 points right now scored by the Gators. 18:05 left to go in the first. Let's see if LSU can make something out of their third possession of the game. Top of the key here with Marlon Taylor. They pass the ball down inside low post. Big B Williams backing his way. Kicks the ball back outside. Trying to dribble inside. Javonte Smart up and in between defenders. Hits it off the glass and it goes down for Javonte Smart. So LSU scores their first 2 points of the game. Florida 5, LSU 2. We have 17:36 left to go in the first. Left side of the perimeter for the Gators, and we do have stoppage in time here on the court. So the first foul was just picked up by LSU with 17:37 left to go. Gonna update you guys with the score here in the chat. Currently, Florida's up by 3 in the early stages here. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions throughout the end of the season and, of course, the March Madness tournament. Florida now with the ball at the free throw circle. They feed the ball inside. Stolen away by LSU by guess who? Tremont Waters. top 5 stealer in all college basketball. Waters kicks the ball inside. They go to the outside now, dribbling with it. LSU between defenders, weaving up and in. Oh, man, what a nice play right there. Weaving in and out of defenders. Javonte Smart gets it to fall off the glass, 5-4. Florida up by 1. 16:58 left to go in the first. The Gators with the ball at the free throw circle. Feed the ball inside, and the alley-oop pass and the put back off the glass goes down for the Gators. Up 7-4 right now with 16:45 left to go in the first. LSU with the ball right side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters dribbling towards the top of the key, passes the ball left side of the perimeter. Javonte Smart dribbling towards the free throw circle, backs his way out of it. Now into the hands of Naz Reid, taking his way inside, spin move in. No good, no foul there on Naz Reid, and he gets stripped of the ball going the other way. Florida gets the ball now. They take it past the timeline. 16:20 left to go. Pass the ball inside. And a travel called on the Gators, so they'll turn it over back to LSU. With a score right now, Florida 7, LSU 4 with 16:19 left to go in the first. Just updated the score for you guys right there. LSU tried to take a three-pointer from the outside, right corner three, no good by Skylar Mays. Rebounded by the Gators here. Top of the key three, Florida, no good. Hits the rim short. Rebounded by Waters of LSU with under 16 left to go before halftime. LSU with the ball, dribbling baseline, kicks it back outside. No good. It's stolen away by the Gators in transition now. Left side of the perimeter. They pass it baseline, low post with Kavarius Hayes. Kicks the ball back outside. Another steal by LSU. And it looks like LSU almost had the complete steal right there, but he did step on the baseline. That was number 4, Skylar Mays, who tried to save the ball before it went on the bounce. Refs say he did step on the baseline just barely. So Florida will get the ball back on the inbound pass when we do get back to action in this one. We've reached the first TV timeout of the game. I'm going to update you guys with the score. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long, and of course into the March Madness tournament. College basketball at its finest right here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right now, 15:41 left to go in the first. I'll go over the box score here since we're on a TV timeout between LSU and Florida. Let's look at these standings right here inside the SEC, as number 5 Tennessee is out in front in SEC play. They have a conference record of 15-2 right now. A half game behind is LSU, as they could tie Tennessee tonight with a win. Tremont Waters is absolutely incredible. Right now, he's ranked 3rd in the nation, tied for 4th right now in all college basketball. He has an average of over 3 steals per game. That's absolutely crazy. He's incredible this season, leading the team in 3 different categories here. Points scored per game, over 15 points per game, around 6 assists per game as well. He ranks 3rd in the SEC in assists per game, and also steals. Right now, top 5 player in the nation in steals per game. That's pretty incredible. I think number 1 right now in college basketball is Matisse Thybulle out of the University of Washington. He's also like a leading blocker as well, but that guy is absolutely insane on the defensive end. He was Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year last year, and Matisse Thybulle is the number 1 right now, leading stealer in all of college basketball. So here we are in the early stages of this one. 4 points right now by Javonte Smart. So he has all 4 points by LSU in the early stages here, shooting the ball at 2 for 3 from the field. As we look to Florida, it looks like their leading scorer right now goes to, let's see, that's Keontae Johnson with 3 points, and then coming in Kavarius Hayes as well with 2. And it looks like Kevon Allen as well, adding in 2 points for the Gators right now. So huge game for the Gators, and actually they have, this game is huge, and the next game after that's even bigger. Basically, 2 top 10 teams they play in a row. They playing LSU right now, number 10, and then they have an even tougher chance when they play against number 6 Kentucky on the road at Rupp Arena on Saturday. And I should have that stream. That game starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so I'll have that one for you guys. Here we are, back to action here. Okay, yeah, thanks, man. No problem. Hopefully you'll be back later, and hopefully I'll get more people if this game gets to be pretty good towards the end of it. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Saturday. Kentucky against Florida, 2 p.m., and then Duke against UNC. Those are my next two scheduled streams, and of course, hopefully I'll get some in during conference championship week. But March Madness, I should be doing Thursday, 4 games on Thursday, 4 games on Friday, and then that whole weekend with a round of 32. And then after that, I'll keep on going. Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, National Championship. I'll have all those games. So here we are, back to action. Florida with an inbound at the right side of the perimeter for the Gators here. Keontae Johnson, he hands the ball off. It's to Andrew Nembhard. Now it's at the top of the key with Nembhard. 7-4. Florida's up with 15:15 remaining. Another steal by LSU. They have numbers in transition. Try to dribble inside. No good on the first shot. Put back up and in. Right there by the Tigers to get it going. Naz Reid with a putback for LSU. And another steal by LSU as Florida was dribbling with the ball. And we do have, looks like maybe a foul on the play on Florida. Wow. This LSU team is a stealing beast. This entire team led by Tremont Waters, right now 4th in all of college basketball in steals per game. He averages just above 3 steals per game right now. As the score is Florida 7, LSU 6. And LSU gets the ball back on the inbound with 14:52 left to go in the first. They're passing the ball around left side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters passes the ball, trying to dribble inside low post. Cavell Bigby Williams, he gets the ball stolen away from him. Yep. Yeah, this is my first year ever doing this. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Florida trying to drive to the basket. We do have a foul call by LSU with 14:32 left to go. Yep, this is like basically I started up this stream about like a month and a half ago. It was around like December, I think December 19th or January 19th, January 20th. That's when I started the stream, and ever since that it's really blossomed and bloomed, and people seem to really, really enjoy it. And it seems like I get more people when the game's like close throughout and like inside like the last like 5, 6, 7 minutes to play. That's when I get like the most people into the stream. But some of the games from the start has been absolutely crazy. Like I did Michigan against Michigan State a few weeks ago. I couldn't even keep up with a chat because there were so many people in that game. And I did Duke against Louisville, that insane comeback that Duke had, and that got a ton of people in the chat. Here we are. So Florida got both of their free throws in. LSU drives to the bucket, up and in right there by the Tigers. So now the score is Florida 9, LSU 8 with 14:15 left to go in the first. Florida now with the ball at the free throw circle, dribbling with it. And the shot goes up, and Keontae Johnson hit that shot home. So now Florida's up 11-8 with 14 minutes left to go in the first. They pass the ball at the left side of the baseline, trying to dribble his way in there. Skylar Mays, and the refs say that Skylar Mays just traveled with the ball. So I'm going to update you guys with a score here as Florida's up by 3 with 13:54 left to go. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing this throughout the rest of the season and, of course, the March Madness tournament. Here we are, back to action. The Gators now with the ball with 13:42 left to go in the first. Top of the key here with Jalen Hudson, trying to dribble towards the basket. Inside the basket. Oh, what a block by LSU, going other way. They do gather the ball, so it took them a little bit of time to gather the ball, set up the offense, but now they're trying to dribble inside, and the slam dunk underneath the basket goes down for the big man, the 6'11" senior forward from London out in the UK. Cavell Bigby Williams slams that one down for LSU, and that sends Florida to call a timeout with head coach Mike White. So right now I'm going to update you guys inside the chat right now with a score in this one, as LSU currently down by 1. We're on a TV timeout. But yeah, pretty good game. Same thing as yesterday between Ole Miss and Kentucky, this game's been close throughout the early stages here. That's what I'm liking about it. SEC basketball at its finest right now. A lot of these games inside the SEC have been really close this season. That's what I like about this division. Unless you're playing Vanderbilt, basically every single game's basically close. But even Vanderbilt took Tennessee down to the wire back in January. That game went into overtime. So anybody on a given day can win at any point, except for the Commodores this season. They're 0-16 inside the SEC. But here we are, back to action with this one. Florida 11, LSU 10 right now. Florida with the ball in the white jerseys with a blue lettering. Right wing three from outside, no good by the Gators. Rebounded by LSU. So Kayvon Allen just missed the three-point shot. LSU with the ball, right side of the perimeter. They pass it off to the top of the key, dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter. Skylar Mays passes it off. Left elbow to Naz Reid. They're passing around the perimeter now. Right side dribbling, baseline, the feed to Naz Reid. Underneath the bucket, up and in by Naz. LSU taking the lead 12-11 with 12:40 left to go in the first. Florida now with the ball, taking it past the left side of the timeline. Kayvon Allen with the ball, and LSU picks up another foul on the reach-in right there. Looks like it was called by Skylar Mays, who committed the foul. So we're getting ready here to inbound, as Florida will get the ball back on the LSU reach-in foul. LSU has committed 4 fouls in the first 12 minutes, 32 seconds of this one. Florida with only 1 foul. Here we are again. Florida with the inbound. They take it to the Gator logo, pass the ball left side of the perimeter, trying to dribble inside. And that shot no good, but he does get fouled. That is number 11, Keontae Johnson. And Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2 here for the Gators. So LSU just picked up their 5th foul of the first half already. And getting ready for the big stream, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, the 250th meeting between the Duke Blue Devils and the North Carolina Tar Heels. UNC currently leading the series against Duke all time, 138-111. Here we are at the free throw line with Florida. First shot goes down. That one is by Keontae Johnson. He's a 74% free throw shooter this season for Johnson. The score is tied up at 12. Florida here with Johnson, shooting a second one from the line. No good. Hits the top of the iron. Rebounded by LSU. We're tied up at 12 with 12:20 left to go. Pass all the way underneath the basket, and it goes out of bounds. That was a perfect time to lay it up and in, but it's just too wide of the LSU hands right there of Cavell Bigby Williams, and he loses control of it, and the ball goes out of bounds. So now we have 12:18 left to go in the first. Florida here gets the inbound off the LSU turnover. They take it past the timeline with Nembhard. Nembhard passes the ball left side of the perimeter. He passes it to Kayvon Allen. Allen trying to dribble inside, spin move, kicks the ball back outside to Nembhard. Passes right side of the perimeter here. It's to Johnson. Johnson passes right corner 3 from the outside. Rattles out, no good by Noah Locke. Fight for the rebound. There's bodies on the ground, and purple jerseys by LSU come away with the ball. 11:48 left to go in the first. LSU now at the top of the key. Now they're trying to take it inside. They're stripped of the ball, but there's a foul called, committed by Florida. With 11:43 left to go. Let's see. I thought it was committed by Florida. I think it was. They just put a second foul. Yep. So yeah, foul by Keontae Johnson. So yeah, I was right there. Gonna update you guys with a chat since time has stopped just a little bit. I'm gonna check to see if we're on this commercial break right now. Yes, we are. So we're on commercial break right now. I'll update you guys with the score. 12-12 with 11:43 left to go in the first. Good game between both of these teams so far in the early stages here. So we're looking at the team stats right now. Let's see what's going on shooting-wise. And LSU shooting the ball pretty well from the field in the early stages here, 60%. They're 6 for 10 shooting right now in the first 8 minutes or so of this game. The Florida Gators right now shooting at 44% from the field. What else are they doing well? Well, right now, LSU and Florida are both tied with 3 steals apiece. If I look at these stats here, LSU is coming into this game 5th in college basketball, averaging 9.3 steals per game. They're already a third of the way there in the early stages of this one. They're also 7th in all of college basketball with 271 career steals, or 271 total steals this season. They sit at 2nd in the SEC in points per game, right behind Tennessee, averaging around 81.8 points per game. So that's what the LSU Tigers do well. They can steal the ball as much as basically anybody right now in the nation, as it's showing tonight already with 3 steals. As they're a stealing team. That's what they love to do. As it's been led by the 5'11" sophomore from New Haven, Connecticut, Tremont Waters. He could be one of the, right now, could be voted in as top point guard of the year. He's right along with those guys. Cassius Winston. Yeah, definitely. Cassius Winston in there. John Morant from Murray State. And add Tremont Waters to that list right now for 3 elite point guard players. As LSU looking like tournament bound right here. They could give a lot of teams fits inside the March Madness tournament, how they've been playing. And defensively, they've been pretty good as of late, only allowing 55 points to Texas A&M on their game right before Alabama. They allowed Alabama to 69, but they outscored Alabama in that one as they scored 74. And LSU can drop a lot of points as well. They're right now tied for 22nd in all of college basketball in points scored per game. Here we are back to action. LSU with an inbound. And it goes up and in underneath the basket for the Tigers. They're up 14-12 right now with 11:35 left to go in the first. Florida now with the ball. They take it at the Gator logo, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. This is Nembhard now. He passes at top of the key here to Kavarius Hayes. Back to Nembhard. Right side of the perimeter again for Nembhard. Nembhard puts the ball into the hands of Kevon Allen. Allen, right side of the perimeter, trying to dribble inside. Now Allen floats up the shot in the key. The ball almost gets wedged in between the backboard and the rim. But it was no good. LSU now with a board and trying to dribble all the way. And there's a foul call by Florida with 10:56 left to go in the first. So, yeah, Florida just committed their 3rd foul of the game right there. The stream was a little choppy right there. I had like a 10-second pause on my television screen, but now I'm back to normal here. Good thing is when the tournament starts, I'll have the CBS channels on and not the ESPN stream, so that it should be all good. Don't need to use Wi-Fi to get the game. But here we are. LSU shooting 2 at the line. First shot goes in from the free throw line by Skylar Mays. LSU is up now 15-12. We have 10:56 left to go in the first. Skylar Mays just hit his first free throw. Here's his second attempt as he's an 87% free throw shooter this season. Knocks them both down. 16-12. Tigers up by 4. Gators now with the ball with 10:53 left to go in the first. They take it past their logo. This is Kevon Allen. He passes the ball off left side of the perimeter. Keontae Johnson. Johnson dribbling now, trying to take it inside. And, up and in right there. Just drew right by the entire LSU defense right there. Yeah, that's the one that I just invested in. I ordered on Sunday as LSU hits the shot from the left elbow deep 2 to go up 18-14. I just invested in that new Logitech webcam. I think it's like the 920C that I invested in, and it has like it's one of those new ones that was like released like 2 weeks ago. It has a brand new shutter. So hopefully for tournament time, that camera will come in and it'll have that HD picture for me. So LSU just got the steal off of Florida again. And LSU right now, they started the game shooting 2 for 6 from the field. Right now, they've hit the last 6 shots they've attempted. LSU now with the ball, free throw circle. They kick the ball back outside. Left wing 3, no good. Fight for the rebound, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds by the Gators with 9:50 left to go in the first. So LSU will get the ball here back on the inbounds. Yep, yeah, I can't wait until I get that in. Hopefully be taking my streams to the next level because right now I'm just using one of my laptop stream cams. I have two laptops going on at the same time. I used to stream off my other laptop. It's like a 2015 HP laptop, but we have this newer one from like 2018. As the three ball goes down from the outside, guess who? Tremont Waters hits the deep three from about 24 feet out right there. 13-3 run currently for LSU with 9:24 left to go. Huge 3-point by Tremont Waters. And Florida dribbling to the basket now, and they are fouled, so they'll go to the line for 2. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here. 13-3 run, though, by the Tigers right now. Huge three-pointer from outside by Tremont on the last score by LSU. Here we are at the free throw line with Florida. They're down by 7 with 9:20 left to go in the first. First shot at the free throw line. He hits it. Andrew Nemhard, the point guard on this team for the Florida Gators. He has 11 assists twice this season. At the line's Kevon Allen for Florida. He is an 88% free throw shooter. That's good for second right now in the SEC in free throw shooting percentage. Hits them both down. The score is LSU 21, Florida 16. We have 9:20 left to go in the first. LSU will get the inbound here. As the last score for LSU was a huge three-point shot from the outside as Tremont Waters hit down about the 23-foot three-point shot. LSU has the ball at the left side of the perimeter, passes it to the right side, and Waters floats it over the top, and the alley-oop jam goes down. Marlon Taylor slams it down over the top of the alley-oop pass right there by Tremont Waters. 23-16. LSU up by 7 with 8:54 left to go in the first. Florida is shooting 1 for 7 for their last 8 attempts from the field. They missed that one as well. LSU pushing tempo as they floated the ball across the court going coast to coast, but is just out of the reach of the hands of Naz Reid right underneath the basket, and it'll be a turnover for LSU. Wow, looking at that replay again, just a beautiful pass right there by Tremont Waters, floating up that pass and the slam dunk on the alley-oop by Marlon Taylor. Here we are back to action. Florida here on the inbound. They take it past their logo with 8:30 left to go in the first. The score is LSU 23, Florida 16, and we do have a foul called on the play, and Florida will shoot 1 here in the bonus as LSU just committed their 7th foul. So here we are, 8:28 left to go in the first, and Florida shooting free throws in the bonus. I'm going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play throughout the rest of the season and, of course, the March Madness tournament. First shot from the line goes down for the Gators. It's 23-17, LSU up by 6 with 8:28 left to go in the first. At the free throw line, shooting his second one, and he hits it. That's Jalen Hudson. He's a 67% free throw shooter in the season for Florida. Knocks that one down. 5-point game right now. 23-18. LSU with the ball here on the inbound. They take it past the right side of the timeline. Pass the ball to the top of the key here for the Tigers. Dribbling towards the outside of the perimeter. Top of the key, Javonte Smart trying to go inside. Kicks the ball back outside. And takes the 3 ball from the outside. No good by Skylar Mays on a 3-point shot. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. And it was last touched by LSU. So Florida will get the ball back with 8:10 left to go here in the first. So we have 8:10 left to go in the first. The Gators will get the ball here back on the inbound momentarily. As I just updated the score here. Oh, wow. So what actually happened? It looked like it was tipped out of bounds, but along with that, there seemed to be a rebounding foul. So that's where the foul number 8 comes from on the bottom of the scoreboard right there on the game. As Florida goes to the free throw line, they missed their first one in the bonus. It gets rebounded by LSU now. So LSU off the rebound on the Florida missed free throw as LSU's committed 8 fouls so far in the early stages. LSU passes the ball inside, is stolen away by Florida. 3 ball from the outside. Hits the front part of the iron. Kevon Allen missed the three-point shot. LSU got the rebound, and Florida gets charged with the rebounding foul with 7:53 left to go in the first. Pretty good game in the early stages here between the Tigers and the Gators. SEC basketball at its finest. Tremont Waters with an alley-oop lob over the top and the two-handed slam by Marlon Taylor by LSU, pumping up the LSU fans inside Baton Rouge, sitting there at home right now cheering on their team as they take on the Gators in Gainesville. We got a good game here, 23-18. TV timeout on the floor. I just updated the chat here with a score. Let's see what's going on inside the box score for the leading scorers here. I haven't gone over that in quite a bit of time. Tremont Waters right now with 7 points leading the way for LSU at this stage of the game. He also has 2 assists and also 2 steals right now for the Tigers. As we look to other players for LSU now chipping in their duties, we got 4 points right now by Naz Reid and Javonte Smart adding in 4 as well for LSU. So we're on the TV timeout right now between LSU and Florida. When we do get back to the game, we'll have 7:53 left to go in the first. We look to the leading scorer right now for the Florida Gators, and that is Keontae Johnson. He has 6 points right now for Florida. And looks like we have a couple of players with 4 points right now. It seems like Kevon Allen has 4 points for the Florida Gators. And also in there is Noah Locke with 4 points as well. So, yeah, pretty good game in the early stages here in this one. So right now, he's a sophomore. So, yeah, still got a lot of time here. This LSU team is going to look impressive for the next few years to come. They're a team to watch out for. The only player in the starting 5 right now that's a senior is Cavell Bigby Williams, which he's out of the starting 5. He's right now the only player inside that starting 5 who doesn't have double-digit points. Naz Reid's a freshman. Javonte Smart's a freshman. Tremont Waters, a sophomore. Skylar Mays is a junior. And then Cavell Bigby Williams, who's the only player inside that starting 5, is a senior. So that's it. So this LSU team right here, looking forward to the next few years. They might even win a national championship here. A lot of young talent, and cannot wait until what they do next year and the year after putting that product together. So we're getting back to action here momentarily as LSU definitely one of the top teams to watch out for inside 2020 and 2021 as well. The future looks bright for LSU. Same as Illinois. I did a stream of their game a couple of weeks ago. Their whole team is basically, I think it was 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen inside the starting 5. So a lot to look forward for Illinois. And they started beating top 25 games towards like the end of the season. They beat Michigan State this season. They also beat Maryland. So they upset a couple of those top 25 teams. So that team looks to be bright as well in the future as that alley-oop pass over the top, and it goes down by LSU. Wow. So he got fouled on the play. Emmett Williams gets the alley-oop over the top. Tremont Waters threw it up there, and Emmett Williams, the freshman from Fort Myers, Florida, for LSU, put that shot inside. He got fouled as well, so shoot 1 here at the free throw line. So the score right now, LSU 25, Florida 18 with 7:42 left to go in the first. Emmett Williams shooting 1 at the line. He's a 70% free throw shooter. He hits it. The largest lead in the night by LSU. They're up 26-18. Florida now with the ball. 7:35 left to go. They take it past their logo. They pass the ball left side of the perimeter here for the Gators. Step back 3. Hits it from outside by Florida. Climbing back into this one, 5-point lead by LSU. 7:22 left to go in the first. They're dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Noah Locke hit that 3-point shot. The feed inside by LSU, up and in, off the glass right there for the Tigers. Number 24, Emmett Williams, making his appearance known off the bench here for LSU. I think he has 3 points right now. He just scored those last 3 points in the last minute of this game. 28-21, LSU up by 7, and what a block inside by number 11, Cavell Bigby Williams, the big man, the 6'11" forward from London in the UK, with a huge block And LSU driving the distance. They put it up and in right there. And get the bucket. They'll go to the line for one as well. So right here on the replay, number 0 for Florida trying to lay it up inside. That was Micah Koru. And then Cavell Bigby Williams on the block. And then Bigby Williams doing it himself as off the miss layup by Javonte Smart. Bigby Williams, or Emmett Williams got the rebounds right there, put it back in. So 2 Williams on this LSU team, Cavell Bigby Williams and Emmett Williams. And Emmett Williams was the one who just put it back. He was at the free throw line. He just missed the shot. LSU is up 30-21 right now with 6:42 left to go in the first. Florida with the ball. They're at the top of the key with Jalen Hudson. He passes the ball off now. Free throw circle here for the Gators. Dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. With the ball, Kevon Allen at the free throw circle. Allen feeds the ball inside. Guarded by 2 defenders. Too strong, no good. Got the offensive rebound, no good. Bodies collide. LSU gets the rebound. 6:18 left to go in the first. LSU is up by 9. They feed the ball inside. Oh, what a block by Florida, but it is a foul. And it looks like some more free throws are coming up for Emmett Williams of LSU. So I'm going to update you guys with a chat once again on the score. LSU with their largest lead of the game right now, up by 9, with 6:13 left to go in the first. And at the line, shooting 2 is Emmett Williams. He hits his first. They extend their lead to 10. 6:13 left to go. Emmett Williams coming off the bench for the LSU Tigers, and he's been a factor right now with his second one. Hits that down as well. 32-21. LSU on the runaway train at Gainesville here, and they're up by 11, and they're a scoring machine in this game. 32 points, and we still have 6:10 left to go before halftime. Florida with the ball at the free throw circle. They kick the ball outside, trying to dribble baseline underneath the basket. Nice reverse layup. Goes down right there by the Gators. Jalen Hudson gets that one down, 32-23. 5:54 left to go. LSU with the ball right side of the perimeter. Waters takes the right elbow deep too. No good. Fight for the rebound and the tap up. And it's rebounded by LSU and into the hands. Tap back to Waters. Setting up the offense with 25 left to go on the shot clock. 5:40 left to go on the game clock. 32-23. Tremont, top of the key. Now he's dribbling inside. Trying to dribble baseline, right side of the perimeter. Kicks the ball back outside. Right wing of the perimeter. Javonte Smart with the ball. He takes it inside. Smart floats up the shot. No good. Too strong right there off the top of the rim. Rebounded by Florida. At the right side of the perimeter here. Kevon Allen with the ball. He passes it off to Noah Locke. Taking his man inside at the low post and puts the ball into his hands, backing his way inside the low post into his teammates' hands, and there's a foul on the play. It looks like Kavarius Hayes will shoot 2 at the line with 5:05 left to go in the first. So LSU just committed their 9th foul before the half right now. Florida with 7. So a lot of fouls here. And shooting 2 at the free throw line will be Hayes. As Kavarius Hayes is a 67% free throw shooter, knocks the first one down. The score is 32-24. Florida down by 8. Hayes at the free throw line to shoot 1 more. So here we go. The second shot by Hayes, and he knocks both of them down right there. 32-25 right now with 5:03 left to go in the first. LSU now with the ball right side of the timeline of the perimeter. Tremont Waters takes the ball to the top of the key here for Waters. Looking to pass it to somebody here with 4:52 left to go in the first. Dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. He passes the ball off. Top of the key, Javonte Smart passes the ball right corner of the perimeter. Goes back to Waters. Waters with a burst of speed. Floats it up over the top. And a missed chance there in the alley-oop as Cavell Bigby Williams just overshot the bucket. Tried to tip it in there. He just missed it for LSU. 4.5 left to go. Florida got the rebound. They have the ball here at the top of the key. Kevon Allen with the ball, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter, passes it to the right corner. Noah Locke taking it inside. Locke inside the key, looking for somebody, passes it to the top of the key here. Back to Kevon Allen with 5 on the shot clock. Allen, right elbow, passes it off Jalen Hudson. 3-point shot, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3. There was 1 second left on the shot clock, and LSU picked up the foul there. That was, who was that? Tremont Waters, it looked like, with a foul. I thought it was number 1, Javonte Smart for LSU, as he was out of control jumping there, trying to block away the shot, but Florida faked him out, and Florida to the line to shoot 3. First shot from the free throw line, no good. Rattled right out by Jalen Hudson. Score right now is LSU 32, Florida 25 with 4:10 left to go in the first. Second shot from the line, he hits it. Six-point game right now. 1 for 2 from the line. Here's a third, and he hits that one. 32-27. LSU still up by 5. Here we are, back to action. The Tigers will get the ball here in the inbound with 4:10 left to go. They did have a double-digit lead. Florida's climbed right back into this. However, the Gators shooting only 7 for 20 from the field, and LSU shooting the ball much better than that. Waters passes the ball top of the key to Javonte Smart here for the Tigers, and they're passing it around the perimeter. Back to Tremont Waters. Waters, top of the key here for LSU. 7 on the shot clock. Top of the key 3. LSU, no good. Rattles out. Offensive rebound. Up and in. Second tip, but tip back goes up and in by Emmett Williams, showing you the size tonight right there. The 6'6" freshman forward with 11 points off the bench and 6 rebounds. He's from Fort Myers, Florida, doing the job tonight for LSU. 34-27. Tigers up by 7. 3-point shot from the outside. No good by Florida. Rebounded by LSU. With 3:15 left to go, LSU with a burst of speed. Waters taking it in between teammates, and what a steal right there by Florida. As Tremont Waters tried to take that in between like 3 or 4 guys. He gets it stolen. Florida with the ball right side of the baseline. Kicks the ball back outside the perimeter here for the Gators. Into the hands of Kevon Allen, trying to dribble inside. Kicks the ball back outside. Left corner 3, no good by Florida. Fight for the rebound. LSU has it. LSU takes it past the left side of the timeline. Javonte Smart has it in his hands, and it looks like they'll call the timeout here by head coach Will Wade with 2:43 left to go in the first. Going to update you guys with a chat in the score. The score is LSU 34, Florida 27. This is a presentation of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be doing this throughout the end of this season and, of course, the March Madness tournament, so stay tuned all season long for college basketball action. Just updated you guys with a score, 34-27. Right now, we're on a commercial break. So right now, LSU is shooting the ball 14 for 26 from the field at this TV timeout right now. Florida shooting the ball right now 7 for 22 from the field at this current point in the game. What else is going on in this one? LSU right now with 6. Yeah, they have 6 assists right now in this game. Four steals as well. As we look to the leading scorers right now, 11 points off the bench for the Tigers tonight is Emmett Williams, coming out of nowhere. He averages 7 points per game, but right now he's already scored 11 in this one. He has 6 rebounds as well. So talk about a breakout game tonight. Emmett Williams having one in the first half. How about the other players right now for LSU? Other than that, Tremont Waters, second on the team right now. 7 points for Tremont, 4 assists as well for him and 2 steals. And then other than that, it looks like Naz Reid and Javonte Smart have 4 points, and then everybody else behind them has 2 points. For the Florida Gators right now, their leading scorer goes to 7 points right now by Noah Locke. That's also a bench player for Florida. Noah Locke is averaging 10 points this season per game. And then right behind them is Jalen Hudson right now with 6 points from the field, and also Keontae Johnson as well with 6 points for the Florida Gators. So we'll be back to action momentarily in this one. If you haven't done so already, Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions throughout the end of this season. And of course, don't forget about the March Madness tournament, having games throughout that tournament. And yeah, that will be starting March 21st is the first round on that Thursday for the March Madness tournament. So get ready for that. I'll be streaming big-time games during that time around as well. If you're a Florida Gators fan, feel free to tune into my next stream after this one. That will be Saturday, March 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. They'll be playing against Kentucky at Rupp Arena. And then I'll also have the stream on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Duke against North Carolina as well. So here we are. We're almost back to action. Just going to check up on the college basketball scoreboard here and see how else other teams are faring tonight with their games. I know there's a couple of bubble teams inside the Big East playing tonight. Yep, Seton Hall currently on the bubble with a 16-12 record, 7-9 in the Big East, and they're losing against Marquette right now. That score is 40-33 in that game. And in other SEC action, Missouri's crushing Georgia currently in that one, 32-16. But here we are back to action with 2:43 left to go. Getting ready here is the Florida Gators right on the bubble, ranked as a number 9 projected seed. And that loss against Georgia on Saturday really put them a step back, really hurt them against the Georgia Bulldogs team that's ranked 11-18. They have a record, and 2-14 in conference play. We're back to action here. LSU with the ball gets tipped out of bounds, but LSU will get the inbound here with 2:29 left to go in the first. So the score is LSU 34, Florida 27. Little bit of foul trouble here for the Tigers in the first half. They've already committed 10 fouls. However, shooting the ball really well from the field. They're shooting the ball at 54% from the field. They're at the left side of the perimeter, passing the ball top of the key to the right side of the perimeter. 2 on the shot clock. Three-pointer deep, 26-footer, no good. Hit the top of the rim, but it's rebounded by Florida here with 2:15 left to go in the first. The Gators take the ball past the left side of the timeline. 2:08 remaining before halftime. 34-27, LSU up by 7. Florida with the ball, left side of the perimeter, behind the arc. They feed it inside. Trying to dribble in there. Floats up the shot over the top. No good, but the jam on the putback goes home for the Gators. Number 21, Deontay Bassett, slams it down on the putback. 34-29, LSU up by 5. 1:42 left to go before halftime. They take it past the timeline with Smart. He's at the Gator logo, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Deontay Smart passes the ball off now, left side of the perimeter. Marshall Graves for LSU. He passes the ball off, trying to dribble baseline inside. Cavell Bigby Williams, and he turns it over underneath the baseline, and the ball goes back to Florida here with 1:26 left to go in the first. So a costly mistake here by Cavell Bigby Williams, as Florida got him to turn it over. Actually, he was dribbling baseline, and Florida actually took the charge. That's what happened. So Bigby Williams got charged with his second foul of the game right there. 2 points and 2 fouls. Not a good start for Cavell Bigby Williams tonight for LSU. Florida now with the ball. 1:12 left to go. At the edge of the Gator logo. Passes the ball right side of the perimeter. Noah Luck. He passes the ball top of the key here. Kevon Allen. Allen with 1:03 left to go. 6 on the shot clock. Allen dribbling right side. Deep 3. No good. Hits the top of the rim. Fight for the rebound. Florida has it. So they put it back into the hands of Kevon Allen here for the Florida Gators. 50 seconds left to go before halftime. Offensive rebounds in this game. A tie between both of the teams. 6-6 even. Florida with the ball now. Left side of the perimeter. Jalen Hudson. 3-ball. Top of the key. No good. Off the top of the rim. And tie up again. Possession arrow goes back to Florida here with 35.8 seconds left to go before the half. So I'm going to update you guys with the score once again. LSU's up 34-29 with 35.8 left to go before halftime. So here we are, the Florida Gators to inbound the ball. They pass it to the free throw circle. Pass it to the right wing of the perimeter now. 3-ball. Lets it fly and off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound. Up and in by the Gators. And he gets fouled as well, so he'll go to the line for 1. So off the missed 3-point shot off the mark by Deontay Bassett. And his man right there for Florida, that was number 13 who got the offensive rebound. Kevarius Hayes, and put it back in for the Florida Gators. Yeah, I actually schedule these events too, but it seems like some of these events get like a lot crowded for some reason. Like if you look up Florida against LSU, there's people who put like games of streams on, and you have to click the link to the video, and if you do click the link to the video, you get a virus. So that's what happens, but that's what I see a lot of the time with a lot of these people. So he missed the free throw from the line. Right now, LSU gets the rebound. 9 seconds left to go before the half. They're at the top of the key with Tremont Waters. Tremont Waters trying to dribble inside past the group of defenders. Hits the rim short. No good. Florida rebounds it and floats it up at the horn. No good as they airball it, and that's halftime. So we are at the half right now. Going to update you guys with the chat here in the score. Close game as Florida really made something of it inside that last 5 minutes before the half. So we got 34-31 right before the half. LSU with 20 points off the bench tonight, 22 points inside the paint, leading the way. As, yeah, we got a pretty good game here at the half, 34-31 between the number 10 LSU Tigers and the Florida Gators right now, sitting on the bubble, 17-12 overall, 9-7 in conference play. Huge games for them today and then on Saturday. Okay, awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So right now, this is a huge game for both of these teams. Bubble weekend, basically, to put things into order. There's a bunch of teams on the bubble, and the bubble also starts today with these games, and this is one for Florida. I do not see a team going into the tournament with a record of, say, 17-15. There's no way. If they lose out and they lose first round of the SEC tournament, there's no way that Florida can make it here into the March Madness tournament with a 17-15 record. So they have to win either tonight or against Kentucky on Saturday in order to do, as the loss today at home would look pretty bad for Florida, but it would look even better with a win against Kentucky on Saturday at Rupp Arena, a very, very difficult place to play in. So here we are. We're going to look at the box score here of the first half, see who's leading the scoring for both of these teams right now, LSU and Florida. As currently in this one, leading the way, Emmett Williams coming off the bench right now for the LSU Tigers. He has 11 points right now at the half. That's a shock. 2 blocks as well, 6 rebounds right now for Emmett Williams. He averages 7 points per game, already above that average, and now we're looking at a double-double possibly at the end of these totals tonight for Emmett Williams. Tremont Waters, second on the team in scoring right now with 7 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a rebound right now for the LSU Tigers. What else is going on with Naz Reid, and also in there is Javonte Smart. They both have 4 points currently for the LSU Tigers. Chipping in 2, Cavell Bigby Williams. Also in there, Skylar Mays and Marlon Taylor as well. A little bit of foul trouble for a couple of players, and Naz Reid, surprisingly, is one of them. He's coming into this game third on the team in scoring, averaging 13.5 points per game. But one of the things that Reid does well is that he rebounds the ball well, as he averages 7 rebounds per game. That leads this LSU team, but he's in a lot of foul trouble early. 3 fouls on him. Cavell Bigby Williams with 2 fouls right now. 2 fouls by Tremont Waters. Another 2 by Darius Days of LSU, and 2 more fouls committed by, that is, Marlon Taylor of LSU. As we look to the Florida Gators, their leading scorers right now, Noah Locke leading the way currently for the Gators with 7 points. 6 points by Jalen Hudson, same as Kevon Allen. He has 6 points as well, and Kevarius Hayes in there as well with 6 points. Jalen Hudson adding 6 for the Gators. So yeah, pretty good game between both of these teams inside the first half. Let's go over some of these team stats right now. LSU out rebounding Florida at this stage of the game, 20-17, as that's one of the things that LSU has been able to do all season long. They're second right now in the SEC in rebounds per game. They average around 38.5 rebounds per game, as the Florida Gators rank at the dead bottom in the SEC in rebounds per game. They average about 33.6 rebounds per game. They're also last in the SEC in shooting percentage as well, shooting the ball at around 42% from the field. Right now, they're going into halftime, shooting the ball 9 for 28 from the field at 32% right now for the Florida Gators. LSU shooting the ball pretty good from the floor at a solid and even 50%. 14 for 28 shooting right now for the LSU Tigers. However, the three-point shots haven't gone down. They're 1 for 7 shooting from behind the arc. Florida's 2 for 11 in this one. What else do we have here? The fouls have been quite the trouble so far for the LSU Tigers. 12 fouls right now. Florida with only 7 committed. We discussed the foul trouble a couple of minutes ago. As we look to the SEC standings right now, number 5 Tennessee up at the top, 15-2 with their record. They're half a game above LSU. If LSU can win again today, they'll be tied at the top of the standings with Tennessee, back with a 15-2 record if they do so. And if that happens, LSU is going into their final game of the season playing against the worst team inside the SEC, and they're playing at home in Baton Rouge as well. So the next game to close out the season for LSU in SEC play will be the home game on Saturday night. That's 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's against Vanderbilt, who has a record of 9-20 in their 0-16. They're winless in the SEC. So that is the final game for LSU here. For the Florida Gators, things are getting tougher after this. Their last game, I'll have that stream for you guys on Saturday. Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. They'll play at number 6 Kentucky at Rupp Arena, and I'll have that stream on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the remainder of this season. And, of course, don't forget about the March Madness tournament now that we're less than 3 weeks away. 11 days until Selection Sunday on Sunday, March 17th. So get ready for that. That's when the field of 68 will be announced, as we'll see what teams will be playing inside the brackets and what teams go home disappointed and inside the NIT, as Selection Sunday is 11 days away. So right now, just going to look inside the college basketball scoreboard, see what's going on right now in college basketball. Seton Hall inside the Big East is on the bubble as well. They're playing against number 16 Marquette. Marquette's led by a top 5 shooter in the nation, Marcus Howard. He averages about 24 points per game. Curious to see. I'm just going to dig up the box score here, see how many points Howard has for Marquette right now in this game. But Marquette, 16th in the nation, beating Seton Hall right now, 48-41. That's not good if you are a Seton Hall Pirate fan who's right now towards the last 4 teams on the bubble. So I'm taking a look right now at Marcus Howard. Let's see. Oh, wow. He's only been held to 6 points tonight for Marquette. But if I can get up his game log here and show you the stats on how this guy's been playing all season long, it's been absolutely incredible. I called the game against Villanova that he played for Marquette, and I think he dropped 38 points that game. Yeah, so wow, this guy, Marcus Howard, had back-to-back games back on February 9th and February 12th where he scored 38 points in the game that I streamed against Villanova a month ago. And then the next game against DePaul, he had 36 points. This guy is a scoring machine right now. Top 5 in the nation in points scored per game. He's coming off his last game on Sunday against Creighton where he scored 33 points in that game. So, yeah, Marquette right now, the number 1 team in the Big East, and they're looking like they could have the W if they do close it out tonight against Seton Hall with 18 minutes left to go in that game. The Golden Eagles up 48-41. Missouri just putting on the torture right now against Georgia, as the Missouri Tigers are crushing Georgia 46-22 right now. And how about Penn State out to a 37-19 lead at halftime against Rutgers? That game also is at Rutgers as well. That game basically means nothing, though, as far as the tournament. Both of those teams are at the very bottom of the Big Ten. But as we look to tournament hopefuls here, this team is in the tournament and their stock just keeps on dropping. That is the Iowa State Cyclones. They're losing against the worst team in the Big 12 right now. The West Virginia Mountaineers are up at the half by a score of 54-33 against Iowa State. That is insane. West Virginia has a record of 11-18 overall. They're 3-13 in Big 12 play. And right now they're beating Iowa State, who has a record of 20-9, 9-7 in the Big 12. So here we are once again, these teams that seesaws throughout the season. And Iowa State, one of them, Iowa, is another team that's been a complete seesaw. I'm not sure if I can trust those teams going into the tournament. Not sure if I can trust Kansas. I honestly think that Kansas can lose first round of the tournament, given who they play. They'll probably put them, selection committee will probably put them up against the mid-major or something like that, and then everybody will put Kansas on there because they haven't been following much college basketball this season. They're like, oh yeah, big name school that wins a bunch of college national championships that goes into the tournament usually with a record of like 34-2 or something like that. Well, no, this year it's a totally different Kansas team who's lost a lot of their star players. They were number one in the preseason AP Top 25 poll, but they lost a couple of key players and stuff like that. And it's been a total mess for the Jayhawks as they did not win the Big 12 regular season title this season. That's the first time since 2004 that they've lost the regular season title. So Texas Tech and Kansas State right now have a share of that Big 12 regular season title. As far as the bubble goes inside the A10, the Dayton Flyers right now have a record of 19-10, 11-5 overall in the Atlantic 10, and they're up against LaSalle 25-18. Dayton's basically a long shot on the bubble at this point. They had a absolutely terrible loss at home by 2 points against Rhode Island last week. As I was happy for that outcome. A huge Rhode Island Rams fan. Grew up 40 minutes away from their campus, and that was a huge win against Dayton. Usually never see URI win at Dayton, and I finally got that opportunity to see him last week. So that was awesome to see that score on the board for URI. As far as other games go down, not a whole lot of power conference teams playing right now in college basketball games. Let me see for you who we got for the NBA tonight. Yeah, I was shocked by that Celtics game last night against Golden State. That was insane. Everything's just not been going well for the Celtics right now, sitting at like a 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. The team chemistry has just absolutely been awful. Just no leadership there at all with Kyrie and the rest of his teammates. And they come in, they play the number one team in the NBA, and they beat them by like almost 30 last night. So yeah, right now I got the scores of these games. So a couple of NBA games going on right now. It looks like the Timberwolves are up against the Pistons 62-59 right now. Hornets and Heat are tied towards the end of the second quarter at 43. And the Spurs up against the Hawks 24-19. And the Nets right now up against the Cavaliers 31-20. And Wizards up against the Mavericks 69-65. Wow, that's a high scoring game. 69-65. And we still have 2 seconds left to go in the second quarter of that one. Wow. Not a whole lot of defense there between the Wizards and Mavericks right now. So other games going on later today. Tip-off in a few minutes will be Philadelphia, the 76ers, playing against the Chicago Bulls. So, yeah, Philadelphia most likely will probably get the W in that one. Utah Jazz going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. That one tips off in a couple minutes. And the Knicks playing against the Suns tonight. That one out there. Late West Coast game inside Phoenix for the New York Knicks tips off in about an hour. So those two teams play, and the Celtics have a even later game playing against the Sacramento Kings again. They're on that West Coast road trip this week for the Boston Celtics. So playing at Sacramento again at 10 o'clock tonight. Denver Nuggets against the Lakers tonight at 10:30. That's what's going on inside the NBA right now since I just brought up the score. Currently at halftime, LSU 34, Florida 31. Hopefully getting back to action soon in the next couple minutes or so. I'm going to see if there's any more top 25 games going on tonight. I think there's just one more team that's playing tonight. Let's see if I can find it here, as I have a whole bunch of teams that's playing. Inside the Pac-12, Oregon's playing against Washington. Washington is undefeated at home this season. They have a record of 23-6 overall, 14-2 in the Pac-12, but out of the losses inside the Pac-12, they lost to the worst team possible in the Pac-12, the 2-14 California Golden Bears last week at California. So let's see here. Is there any more top 25 teams playing? Or that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for tonight. So Marquette, Seton Hall, and then LSU playing against Florida right now. Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for the recommend. I'll definitely have to join you guys there sometime. Thank you so much for dropping that down for me. So we're almost back to action here between LSU and Florida. Great game between both of these teams in the early stages here. Yeah, my best friend has a hockey channel that sometimes from time to time he does play-by-play, or he does more like the live reaction videos of the game, but he posts hockey videos every single day, and he has around just below 700 subscribers, but he's doing it for almost a year. His channel is called Off the Wall Hockey, but he's doing a great job with that. Here we are back to action here. LSU gets the bucket to start with 19:38 left to go. We're back to action. Florida missed a three-point shot, and LSU tried to steal the ball. It did go out of bounds off the baseline, last touched by the Tigers. So Florida here will get the inbound back. With 19:30 left to go. So here we are back to action. Florida now with the ball, trying to pass it now at the left side of the perimeter for the Gators. They try to take it inside, and it's a steal away by LSU here, as that was just a missed pass by Florida. LSU with the ball now, right wing of the perimeter. Javonte Smart puts the ball into the hands of Emmett Williams, having a breakout game tonight for the Tigers. They pass the ball right side of the perimeter to Smart. Smart now, taking it inside, kicks the ball back. Open three-point shot, no good. Couldn't be more open than that by number 11, Cavell Bigby Williams. And LSU did get the rebound with Emmett Williams, and he got fouled. So Florida picks up their first foul of the second half with 18:54 left to go. And they'll inbound the ball here. And they try to drive inside. No good on the tip back, as the shot was missed off the mark, but there's a foul called by LSU on the play. So the ball will go back to Florida here. So a rebounding foul called with 18:50. And the shot goes down right there for the Florida Gators. So 36-33. Keontae Johnson hit the shot down for Florida. 18.5 left to go. LSU with the ball right side of the baseline. They pass it right perimeter. Three. Knocks it down from the outside. Javonte Smart hits that three ball. 39-33. He has 7 tonight. Just hit his first three-pointer. Getting some three-point shots going for the Tigers. Both of these teams haven't got much. Shot inside off the glass. Up and in by number 11, Keontae Johnson. For the Florida Gators, it's 39-35. 18:05 left to go in the second. Right side of the perimeter for LSU. Dribbling with the ball, Javonte Smart. Dribbling inside now. Trying to go off the glass. No good off the mark. Rebounded by Kevarius Hayes of the Florida Gators. Right wing three from outside. No good off the mark by Florida. Rebounded by LSU. That was Marlon Taylor. He got the rebound. LSU now with the ball. Left side of the perimeter. Javonte Smart with the ball. Smart now with 17:36 left to go in the second. He's at the right elbow. He turns it over as his pass was intended for Emmett Williams. Turned it over. Right wing three. Nothing but net from the outside by Noah Locke. 39-38 with 17:23 left to go. We got ourselves a ball game here. LSU only up by 1 right now. Timeout called on the floor by Will Wade. Gonna update you guys with the score. 39-38. Pretty good game between both of these teams. 39-38 right now. Florida making a comeback here at home. Gonna go into the team stats here. Let's look at this right now. LSU shooting the ball at 47% from the floor. Florida, their shooting percentage has gone up since halftime. Right now, shooting the ball at 36% from the floor. They've hit 2 3-pointers to start off this second half for the Florida Gators. Right now, LSU still out-rebounding Florida 23-20 at this moment. Huge difference between the rebounding game for both of the teams this season. LSU ranks second in the SEC in rebounds per game. They average 38.5 rebounds per game. But the Florida Gators coming into this one ranking dead last in the SEC, 14 out of 14 teams in the Southeastern Conference in rebounds per game. They average 33.6 rebounds per game. So we'll go into a little bit of the box score here. Still leading the way for LSU's Emmett Williams and trying to near that double-double. He has 11 points right now and 8 rebounds at this current moment. And for the Florida Gators right now, they have 2 players in double-digit points, as Keontae Johnson has 10 points right now for Florida, and Noah Locke as well is there with him with 10 points as well. So the Florida Gators right now basically on the bubble, is they've had some big losses to bubble teams that could affect what happens on Selection Sunday. They lost to Oklahoma 65-60. Oklahoma has a net ranking of number 42. They're projected to be a number 10 seed in the latest bracketology rankings, as Oklahoma really helped out the Florida Gators last night by beating ranked Kansas at home in Norman. It wasn't even close. Oklahoma with a crushing against Kansas last night. Now, Florida did lose against Butler. Butler is one of those teams that's kind of out of the bubble. I believe they have a record of 16-14 right now, the Butler Bulldogs. They did lose to them 61-54, but they did play Butler a second time this season. The second game they played them, they beat them 77-43. And then the loss that is going to hurt if they don't make the tournaments, this one against TCU, the Florida Gators lost back in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. They lost that game 55-50, as TCU right now is ranked as a number 12 seed in the latest ESPN bracketology projections, as TCU is in that play-in game against Arizona State. And also the TCU Horned Frogs sit at a record inside the Big 12 at 6-11. I don't know how you're still in bubble contention with a 6-11 conference record when there's teams like Murray State and Belmont University with records of 25-4, who they're saying that might not be able to make it in as an at-large. It's absolutely crazy. But here we are back to action. LSU 39, Florida 38. LSU with the ball with 17-12 left to go. They're at the left side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters dribbling towards the right side of the three-point line. Passing the ball to the left side of the three-point line. Stolen away by Florida. Florida here with the ball. They're trying to take it inside underneath the basket now. They kick the ball back outside. Right wing three from the outside. Oh, he knocks it down. The Gators out in front. 41-39 as Andrew Nemhard knocks down the three-point shot. They're on an 8-0 run. LSU takes the ball past the Gator logo here. They're at the top of the key. Tremont Waters passes the ball left wing in the perimeter. Left corner three. No good from the outside. Rebounded by Florida. What is up, man? Thank you so much for joining my chat. Thank you so much for the like as well. Great game here between both of these teams, and a foul called. Florida trying to drive to the basket. It looks like number 13, Kevarius Hayes, is going to the line for 2. So I'm going to update you guys with a score. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction throughout the end of the season. And, of course, the March Madness tournament, less than 3 weeks away. What is up, little man? No Sports. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having me back. Great game here between both of these teams. 41-39. Florida at the free throw line. Missed his first one. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This channel is basically a play-by-play live reaction video of college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the remainder of the season and, of course, the March Madness tournament. So feel free to join me in there. Let me know who you're rooting for as well. If you're an LSU fan, a Florida fan, or if you just like college basketball in general, like me, let me know here in the chat. So both of the free throws were misses there by Florida. LSU gets the rebound. The score is Florida 41, LSU 39. As LSU now has the ball dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters passes the ball now. Left elbow trying to back his way inside. Emmett Williams kicks the ball back outside. Right wing three. And no, hits the rim short. No good by LSU. Marlon Taylor missed the shot. Rebounded here by Florida with 15:52 left to go. So Florida with the ball now. They're inside the key. They kick the ball back outside. Left corner three. And no good. Rebounded by Emmett Williams of LSU. So what happens when the season ends is that when the regular season ends next week, they go into a conference tournament where all the conferences play inside a college basketball tournament for their own respective conferences. And then they pick at-large bids, and then whoever wins the conference tournament gets an automatic bid into the March Madness tournament. And that's how the field of 68 is set up with, I think, like around 32 automatic bids, and the rest of the other bids are at-larges. And then after that, they do the March Madness tournament, which will start the round of 64 will start on, that's the Thursday, March 21st. So that's the round of 64. They do have playing games with the 16 against the 16 and the 12 against 12. As I'm going to update you guys with a score here in the chat, 39. Oh, my channel. That's what's up. Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought you were asking about March Madness. I was like, yeah. So my channel right now. So what will happen afterwards? Right now, I'm actually working on a video. I'm working on like editing up a video that I'm gonna post. Probably it'll be completed hopefully I'm gonna get it out the day after the national championship game. But it'll be a video of the greatest college basketball comebacks that happened in 2019. So all the way from January 2019 to the remainder of the season, and I'll post those videos. So I got some already that I finished editing. It was Kansas State had a 21-point comeback against West Virginia back on January 9th this season. It was the largest comeback in school history for the K-State Wildcats. So I'm going to put that one on it, and then I'm going to go in the order of time, because the next one that I worked on was the Oregon Ducks, who blew a 9-point lead back on January 10th against UCLA when 1:01 left to go in that game, and UCLA took the game into overtime and won that. So I have a bunch of other games in mind. I think Clemson lost by 6 points against North Carolina State with like 30 seconds left. So that's another one that I'm going to edit soon and put into the video. And then once I have all that compilations completed with all those comeback games, right after the tournament finishes, I'm going to post that video up to here on my channel. So that'll be pretty cool. Definitely going to have that 23-point game with Duke against Louisville in there. So that's going to be awesome. But here we are. What a game with both of these teams tonight. Just like the game last night, Ole Miss against Kentucky. This has been a pretty good one as well. Hopefully this one is even closer than Ole Miss against Kentucky. That was a 4-point final in that one, but here we are, 41-39, as LSU gets the inbound. They're now at the right side of the perimeter here with Tremont Waters. Top of the key, he passes the ball off. Right side of the perimeter, Javonte Smart passes the ball, right elbow, backing his way in there. Naz Reid passes the ball off. Free throw circle jumper, no good by Javonte Smart. Rebounded, and it's an offensive rebound by LSU. They get it back. Smart now trying to dribble baseline inside, kicks the ball back outside. Setting up the offense is Tremont Waters. Deep three. No good. Hits the front part of the iron. He almost had that. That was like from 27 feet out. That was a jimmer for that 3-point shot right there by Tremont Waters. 14:52 left to go in the second. Florida with a 2-point lead. They're on quite a bit of a run here for the Florida Gators. They're at the right side of the perimeter with the ball. They lob it over the top. It's stolen away by LSU. They're a top 5 stealing team right now in college basketball. In transition, left wing 3. No good. Hit the top of the iron. Almost went inside the bucket with 14.5 left to go in this game. Florida with their chance now. They're at the top of the key with the ball. Kevon Allen is with the ball here for the Florida Gators. He passes the ball off, trying to dribble inside with Keontae Johnson. He stripped of the ball. Numbers here for LSU in transition, taking it up to the rim. We're tied up at 41. 14:06 left to go. Huge steal, and off the fast break, they lay it up and in. 41 even with 14 minutes left to go in this game. Florida now with the ball. It's Andrew Nembhard. Top of the key, passes the ball off, left side of the perimeter. This is Kevon Allen here for the Gators. He passes the ball off, right side of the perimeter here. This is Keontae Johnson. He passes it off, top of the key for Nembhard. Puts the ball into the hands of Allen. Allen trying to take it inside the key. Kicks the ball back outside. Right wing open 3. Nothing but net by Keontae Johnson. Sinking home the 3 for the Florida Gators with 13:34 remaining. And oh no, an LSU player's hurt on the court. That's not good, is it? Naz Reid is the player who hit the court hard right there. Luckily, we just saw him get up, though, so that is a good sign. He wasn't on the court for long, so that's good. But, yeah, right there, number 5 for Florida just bumped into him, and Naz Reid tried to take the charge, but it was Kevon Allen who bumped right into him, and he dished the ball right outside. Right now, the score is Florida 44, LSU 41. So we have a little bit of a timeout here on the floor. Huge game for both of these teams right now inside Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. The Florida Gators currently 1-6 against AP Top 25 action this season, as they lost to Tennessee twice. They lost against Mississippi State. They lost against Kentucky, lost against Florida State, and lost against Michigan State. The only win that they have against an AP Top 25 opponent was against number 10 LSU, who they are playing right now. They beat them back on February 20th at Baton Rouge with Kevon Allen, who led the way with 21 points that game. But here we are, 44-41 in this one. Florida up by 3 off the three-pointer they just hit a minute ago. 13.5 left to go in this game. LSU with the ball now, left side of the three-point line. And now dribbling towards the right corner, the three-point line. They're trying to back their way inside underneath the basket, dishing it back outside, moving the ball around the perimeter. Huge block by Florida, but LSU gets the ball back. Top of the key, they're trying to dribble inside. Tremont lays it up and in right there for Tremont Waters. 44-43, Waters with 9 points tonight. 13:03 left to go in this game. Florida now with the ball at the Gator logo towards the edge of it. It's Andrew Nembhard. Passes the ball off left side of the perimeter here. Now they're dribbling at the free throw circle. The ball is kicked. LSU almost stole it away, but Florida does get it back. Florida now with the ball, top of the key 3. Oh, he hits it with a hand right on him. Goes up and in with a three-point shot right there from the point. Florida with a 47-43 lead with 12:34 left to go. LSU with the ball, moving it around the perimeter. Left side of the three-point arc. Trying to dribble baseline to kick it back outside. Right corner 3. Oh, it almost went down for Tremont Waters, but no, it rattled right out, and the ball gets touched out of bounds with 12:22 left to go in the second. Wow, I thought that Tremont Waters connected with that three-point shot, but no, it didn't rattle in. Man, that was close. Darius Days picked up the foul there. He's in a lot of foul trouble right now with 4 fouls currently in this one. Florida here will get the inbound with 12:22 left to go, as they pass the Gator logo towards the left side of the perimeter. It's Andrew Nembhard with a ball, dribbling at the top of the key, passes the ball to the right side of the perimeter here. Nembhard. Now he passes it right wing The three-point perimeter here for the Gators. And it's stolen away by LSU. In transition, here they go. 2-on-1 fast break. LSU, and no good off the mark right there with the backboard, but LSU is fouled, and they'll shoot 2 at the free throw line with 11:54 left to go. So when we get back after commercial break, LSU will shoot 2 at the free throw line. We got ourselves quite a ball game here between Florida right now and number 9 seed projected in that March Madness tournament bracketology on ESPN. Right on that bubble, playing against number 10 LSU. Close game here, 47-43 out in Gainesville for this one. So right now we're going to look to those leading scores at this moment of the game. The Florida Gators looking like they have 2 players inside double-digit points right now, as Keontae Johnson's leading the way with 13 points for the Gators, and Noah Locke right now with 11 points. 9 rebounds, though, leading the way tonight for Florida's Kevarius Hayes. And he also has 6 points to go along with that. We're going to look to LSU, see who their leading scorers are. Emmett Williams still stuck at 11 points. He has a double-double as well. 11 points, 10 rebounds. He was coming into this game averaging 7 points and only having around 5.3 rebounds per game coming into this one. He basically doubled that rebound margin tonight and still have quite a bit of game left to go with 11:54 left. Tremont Waters almost hitting double-digit points right now. He has 9 points right now for LSU. He has 3 steals and 4 assists as well to go along with that for Tremont Waters at this point of the game. And what else is going on here? Florida's shooting percentage has gone up drastically in the second half. They were shooting the ball at around 30% or so from the field at the half, and now they're shooting the ball at 40.5% in the second half. LSU's shooting percentage has gone in the opposite direction. At halftime, they were 50% shooting from the floor. Right now, LSU is shooting 42% from the floor currently in this one. If you're just joining us, Florida is up by 4, 47-43 with 11:54 left to go. We're currently on commercial break. We're going to get back to action hopefully shortly in this one. Close game, though, with both of these teams inside college basketball. The Florida Gators right now sitting on the bubble, the number 9 seed in the latest ESPN bracketology projections, as they have a tough schedule to close out the season tonight against number 10 LSU, where they're up by 3 right now, and closing it out at Rupp Arena against number 6 Kentucky on Saturday. I'll have that stream again for you guys. Play-by-play live reactions, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Kentucky and Florida. My next stream after tonight's game finishes, and then don't forget about Duke against UNC. I'll have that one for you guys as well, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. And, of course, the March Madness tournament, having those games as well, possibly 4 streams a day when we get into the tournament here. But here we are back to action very shortly. Florida, LSU, as here we are back on the screen. Florida shooting the ball 4 for 7 in the second half. As compared to the first half, they shot the ball at 2 for 11 from 3-point range, 4 for 7 from the outside right now. So that's been a big key. LSU at the free throw line, shooting 2. First shot goes down right there by number 4, Skylar Mays of LSU. It's 47-44. LSU down by 3. Mays shooting his second one at the free throw line. Hits that one as well. 47-45, LSU down by 2. Florida now with the ball off the inbound. With 11:50 left to go in this game, they pass the Gator logo. As this is Andrew Nemhard. He passes the ball into the hands of Jalen Hudson, taking it all the way to the rim and jamming it down with 11:40 remaining. Blowing by the entire defense right there was Jalen Hudson, 49-45. Florida up by 4. LSU with the ball. Tremont Waters, spin move inside the key. No good, but he gets fouled, and Tremont will be going to the line to shoot 2. I'll update you guys with the score once again in here. So back and forth game between both of these teams, and Tremont shooting 2 here with 11:30 left to go in this one at the free throw line. First shot, and no good. It rattled out by Tremont Waters. So he's still trying to look for that double-digit point right now. He has 9 points currently tonight for Tremont, as he's a 79% free throw shooter this season. Here we are, second one. Hits that one, as they're down by 3 right now. 49-46 Florida with an inbound pass. Here we are. They take it past the logo. They pass the ball off top of the key here to Jalen Hudson, who just blew by the entire LSU defense and two-handed jammed it down. Trying to move inside, floats up the shot. Jalen Hudson gets it to go. Wow, what a shot right there. 51-46. Jalen Hudson doing the work right now for the Gators with 11:05 left to go in this game. LSU now with the ball. Left side of the perimeter. They're trying to dribble now baseline. Kicks it back outside. Top of the key with it. Skylar Mays. Passes it right side of the perimeter. It's to Tremont Waters. He passes it left corner 3. Hits it from the outside by Javonte Smart. 51-49. Javonte Smart with 10 points tonight for the Tigers. 10:40 left to go in this game. Backing his way at the outside of the perimeter is Andrew Nemhard. He passes it to Jalen Hudson, moving towards the left side of the perimeter. Left wing 3. Oh, he hit it from the outside and he's fouled as well. 54-49, Florida now with a 5-point lead, and he got fouled as well on that shot. Let's see here on the replay. Jalen Hudson was the one who hit the three-point shot, and he went down on the play, and he was fouled. And Jalen Hudson right now doing everything for the Florida Gators. Here he is at the free throw line, shooting one. Hits that one, 55-49, out of nowhere. This Florida team is in the lead. Jalen Hudson, 17 points tonight, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, 5 for 9 shooting the ball from the field. Huge game for Jalen tonight, coming out of nowhere in these past few minutes. 10:30 left to go. LSU here with the inbound. They take it past the right side of the timeline. The ball is tipped up in the air, but LSU does get it back. Tremont Waters trying to burst past defenders, laying it up. But he was fouled. Yeah, he was fouled right before the shot. So the layup and in does not count for Tremont Waters, as Florida did commit the foul as he was driving into the lane to the basket. So that's a huge difference right there. So LSU will inbound the ball with 10:21 left to go. Here we are. So Tremont Waters looking for the inbounds pass. Puts it at the right side of the baseline. Into the hands of Naz Reid. Naz Reid driving and passes the ball. Kicks it back outside. He passes it to the right side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters trying to drive to the basket. Up and in. Circles around the cylinder, but it's an offensive foul called. So Florida takes the charge right there, and it's an offensive foul called by Tremont Waters as, yeah, right there, number 13 for Florida. Put himself right in position, Kavarius Hayes, and he takes the charge. So 3 fouls right now for Tremont Waters. He does have 10 points. So now at double-digit point land, as he did hit a free throw from the free throw line a couple possessions before. LSU picks up another foul. Oh, no, and this Tremont, again, he has 4 right now. Just bumped the Florida player, so 2 fouls in 6 seconds for Tremont Waters. As it looks like Tremont Waters will check out of the game right there. Smart decision. We still have 9:55 left to go, and here we are back to action. Florida with the ball. A lot of foul trouble for Tremont Waters. He just picked up his 4th foul. 2 fouls committed by Tremont in the last 6 seconds. Florida, lob pass over the top. No good on the layup. He was right underneath the basket, and he missed the layup. That was Kavarius Hayes for the Gators. LSU with a rebound. 9:30 left to go. They are down 55-49. Down by 6 now for the Tigers. Trying to dribble baseline. They kick the ball back outside. It goes between Skylar Mays' legs, but he does get the ball back. He's at the left side of the perimeter looking for somebody. Top of the key here. Javonte Smart with 7 on the shot clock. Step back 3. Smart. No good. Foul on the play with 9:09 left to go. It's a rebounding foul committed by the Gators. I'm going to update you guys with a chat once again. Florida's taking the lead right now as they've come alive in the second half, shooting the ball so much better than they did in that first half. Trying to push the ball inside for LSU off the inbound, driving to the basket. They're stripped of the ball, but there's another foul on the play with 9:04 left to go in the second. So let's see what happened here is on the replay. Here it looks like Florida fans are cheering, so yeah, Florida's foul count just stayed at 5. So LSU, another offensive foul as Florida took another charge. So it'll be a turnover back to the Gators here. With 8:55 left to go, Florida with the ball. Top of the key of the perimeter. This is Jalen Hudson. Takes the three-point shot. Jalen, no good off the front part of the rim. Offensive rebound for Florida. Kevarius Hayes with a huge offensive rebound. Left wing three. Hudson this time is tipped. No good. Rebounded by LSU. Taking it past the timeline. LSU inside the lane and a lot of bodies there. The ball goes out of bounds as Naz Reid was stripped right in the lane with the ball by right there as he was trying to drive to the bucket for LSU. So Reid trying to go now and inbound. Reid no good. Too strong off the backboard and another foul called. So LSU will be going to the line for 2. So right now, both of the teams, Florida and LSU, have committed 6 fouls at the second half right now. We have 8:25 left to go, and the score is Florida 55, LSU 49. So Naz Reid has 0 points in the second half. He only has 4 points tonight. He averages 13.5 points per game. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Is at the line shooting 2. Finally hits his first point of the second half right there. Tremont Waters in a lot of foul trouble right now for LSU. He is the leading scorer, leading stealer, and leading assist man for the Tigers right now on the bench with 4 fouls. He had an offensive foul and a defensive foul in the span of 6 seconds, going from 2 to 4 fouls in a matter of moments. 55-50, Naz Reid back at the free throw line. And no good, he missed it. So he hits 1 out of 2. As Florida gets the rebound with 8:18 left to go. They take it past the timeline here. This is into the hands of Andrew Nembhard of the Gators. Top of the key. Lobs the ball at the free throw circle. Back to the right side of the perimeter. Kevarius Hayes. Free throw circle with the ball. Hands it off to Nembhard. Nembhard at the left elbow looking for a man who's open. Passes it. Top of the key 3. Florida no good off the front part of the rim. And LSU gets the rebound here with 7:52 left to go in the second. They're at the right side of the perimeter with Javonte Smart. Smart passes the ball inside. They kick the ball back outside, working around the perimeter here. They're at the left wing of the three-point arc. Skylar Mays dribbling with the ball for LSU. Passes the ball. Now trying to dribble baseline. Marlon Taylor underneath the basket. And Taylor gets fouled, and he'll go to the line here to shoot 2 for LSU. So it looks like a timeout's on the floor. LSU still down by 5. Florida with the lead right now. Jalen Hudson having a big night for the Florida Gators. Trying to make sure that they stay in that March Madness tournament field right there. Is what a game this has been. I just updated the score here with the chat. 55-50 right now. Going to go into some of these box score stats as Jalen Hudson's had quite a night for the Florida Gators right now. 17 points. And yeah, he's 2 for 6 shooting from behind the arc, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, and 5 for 11 shooting from the field in this game. Jalen Hudson on the season for the Florida Gators is shooting the ball at an average of 7.8 points per game, and he right now has 10 points more than his average total this season. So how about this? Just got the final score for you guys. I think the last time that I checked in on the Marquette against Seton Hall game was at halftime, and Marquette was up 48-41 in that game. We just got final word that Marquette has lost to Seton Hall. Seton Hall currently sitting on the bubble with a huge win tonight against Marquette. So a huge game tonight. And Seton Hall making sure that their tournament chances doesn't run out right there with a W tonight. So just getting that final score, 73-64. Seton Hall beats Marquette by 9. As the last time I checked that game out at halftime, Marquette was the one who was up, but they couldn't close out the game. So here we are. We're going to get back to action really shortly. 7:35 left to go in this game. We do have 7:35 left to go in this game. I'm going to see a little bit of a delay here with the stream. So I'm going to see if I can get it up on another tab here for you guys. Looks like there's a little bit of a lag going on right now on my stream. So currently right now the score is 55-51. So when I do get the stream back, I'll update you guys with the latest score in this one with Florida and LSU once I get it back on. Right now we have a little bit of a delay in semi-stream. I'm going to see if I can get the other game up on ESPN 3 for you guys so you can cover that one. Right now, Florida against LSU. Currently, yep. So here we are, back to action. So LSU was just at the free throw line and hit both of their shots from the free throw line. 55-52, Florida now with the ball. As they take it past the free throw line, and here they are. They pass it to the left side of the perimeter here for the Gators. They pass it to the top of the key, try to dribble their way inside. Shot float up and in right there. That goes down by Jalen Hudson. What a night for Jalen. 57-52. Florida with 7:12 remaining, up by 5. Jalen Hudson with a season high 19 points. LSU with the ball, left side of the baseline. They kick it back outside, top of the key, trying to dribble inside. And a huge block by the Gators, but LSU gets it back. Spin move underneath the bucket, no good on the shot. And it's up and in by LSU, and they get fouled as well, and they'll go to the line for 2. So I'm going to update you guys with a score here in the chat. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long, of course, to the March Madness games as well. Next stream after this, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Kentucky against Florida. At the free throw line, shooting one is Emmett Williams, the Florida Gators. So I'm updating the score right now. Florida currently up by 3, 57-54. Williams for LSU at the free throw line. No good. Hits the front part of the rim. Offensive rebound, though, by LSU, and the ball goes out of bounds. They try to take it outside towards the baseline, and Naz Reid for LSU tripped and fell right there and stumbled down, and it looks like Florida will get the ball back. So here we are, back to the game. Florida here on the inbound with 6:45 left to go. The Gators take the shot. Oh, they hit it right there from the outside. 3-point shot goes down for Florida by Jalen Hudson. He has a career-high game tonight. 22 points, 3 for 7 from behind the arc. What a game. Florida's up 60-54. LSU with the ball, backing their way inside the low post. It's Naz Reid tied up between 2 defenders, and we have 6:23 remaining, and it'll be LSU ball here on the tie-up. I'm going to update you guys with the score once again. What a game here by What a game by Jalen Hudson here. So 6:24 left to go. $60-54 right now. What a game between both of these teams. Jalen Hudson, season high, scored last time against scored the last 16 points for Florida. Wow, that's insane for Jalen Hudson tonight. 7 for 13 shooting from the field right now for Jalen. Great game today for Jalen Hudson. We're going to see some of these box score stats since we're stopped here with 6:24 left to go in this game. Insane game here. 13 points by Kevon. Keontae Johnson as well with 13 points. But, yeah, huge game tonight. The Florida Gators coming from that man, Jalen Hudson, 22 points right now. So here we are getting ready to go back to action. Inbound by LSU. And the shot too strong off the glass. Rebounded by Florida with 6:18 left to go. Left side of the perimeter, and the Florida player right there is tripped. That's Jalen Hudson, who just got tripped in, trying to add to his point total tonight. Going to update you guys with the score once again. LSU just committed a foul with 6:16 left to go. I just updated the score. If you haven't already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play through the rest of the season, and of course, the March Madness tournaments beginning in less than 3 weeks. At the free throw line, and the bonus for Florida, and he hits the first one. 61-54. Gators up by 7 right now. I'm going to get you guys that point total tonight. Jalen Hudson having a career night, 24 points right now. He scored the past 18 points for the Gators right there, 62-54. Hits down both free throws from the line. We're under 6:12 left to go in this game. Right side of the perimeter, Tremont Waters back in after a little bit of foul trouble. He has 4 fouls right now. LSU moving the ball around the perimeter. Left corner 3, hits it down. Skylar Mays with a 3-point shot, 62-57. Skylar Mays with 11 points tonight. Finally hit his first 3-pointer of the night. They're at the free throw circle now, trying to dribble into the key, and no good. Offensive rebound, fight for the ball. Naz Reid has it. LSU gets the ball back. 62-57, pushing tempo now, right side of the perimeter. Tremont Waters passes it, top of the key here for LSU. Skylar Mays. Mays now trying to take his way inside, and no good on the lay-in, and the putback jam. Emmett Williams helping out his teammate with a two-handed jam. Florida's lead now cut to 3. 62-59. A 3-point shot, no good by Florida. Rebounded by LSU. 5:13 left to go. LSU's down by 3. Tremont Waters trying to dribble inside now. Kicks the ball back outside. Left wing 3. LSU tie game. Javonte Smart. We're not up at 62. Wow. Boom. Just like that, a minute later, Florida has tied this game when they were down by 7 points. What a game. 4:52 left to go in this one. .452. Looks like Javonte Smart just checked out of the game for the Tigers at this moment. So a little bit of foul trouble for both of these teams. Both of the teams are in the bonus right now. LSU's committed 7 fouls at this point in the game. Florida has committed 8 right now. And here we are back to action. LSU with an inbound. 4:50 left to go. They pass it at the right elbow. Naz Reid kicks the ball back outside. Top of the key here with Javonte Smart. Smart kicks the ball back outside. And now into the hands of Tremont Waters, taking it inside. Spin move at the free throw circle. Free throw circle. Jumper. Knocks it down for Tremont Waters with 12 points tonight. 64-62. LSU back out on top. Florida now with the ball. LSU playing double team half court press right there. Florida gets it past the timeline. The right side of the perimeter is Noah Locke looking for his teammate. He does find him. Nemhard, alley-oop jam pass up and in. Keontae Johnson slams it down. Nobody was there to cover him on the back end. Keontae Johnson with 15 points tonight. We're tied up at 64. 4 minutes left to go. LSU with the ball. Dribbling baseline. Naz Reid under the basket. Up and in by Naz Reid. Gets it to go for LSU up on top again. 66-64. Naz Reid with 7 points tonight. Florida here off the inbound. Andrew Nemhard with the ball. He takes it past the left side of the timeline here for the Gators. He passes the ball right side of the perimeter here. Kevon Allen puts it into the hands of Keontae Johnson. Inside the key, passes the ball low post, and a foul called on LSU. So Florida will shoot 2 at the free throw line with 3:30 left to go. Changing the score here with a chat. Feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the season. And of course, the March Madness tournament. Less than a month away here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right now, good game, 66-64. We have 3.5 left to go in this one. Three and a half minutes left to go and play in this game. 24 points by Jalen Hudson. Great game tonight by the Florida Gators. Sitting right on the bubble as a number 9 seed in college basketball right now, trying to make a statement win and trying to make sure that they're in the tournament and playing against the number 10 team inside the AP Top 25 and getting the W at home could be a way to get them in the tournament. If they do get a close loss, then they're going to have to earn it against Kentucky. If they cannot beat Kentucky at Rupp Arena on Saturday, then they're going to have to make a deep run inside the SEC tournament in order to earn their way into the March Madness brackets. But wow, what a game between both of these teams tonight as we look to the Florida Gators, as they've had some crucial losses this season. Losses to bubble teams like Oklahoma. They lost to 65-60. Oklahoma did help them out a little bit last night by beating Kansas, who's ranked, I think, 15th in the nation, and they beat Kansas last night, and they crushed them by a huge margin. But also, Florida lost to Butler early in non-conference play, but they did beat them. They played them a second time. They crushed them 77-43 the second time they played them. And this one, it's going to hurt. The loss against TCU, 55-50 in the SEC Big 12 Challenge, as TCU right now is projected to be a number 12 seed, and they're the last team inside a play-in game with Arizona State in the latest ESPN bracketology projections. I have no clue how TCU is even still in the bubble right now. A 6-11 record inside Big 12 play, and they're still in the tournament. It's crazy to know that, but right now 66-64, and Florida down by 2. Will be shooting 2 at the free throw line when we get back to action in here. But the LSU Tigers, they've had 5 losses this season. All those 5 losses, they've gave up 79 points or more, as they're tied for 23rd in the nation in scoring offense. They average about 81.8 points per game this season. They allow 73.2 points per game, as that is around the back end of college basketball. That ranks around 228th in all college basketball right now. So LSU back in this game after a 12-2 run, as they've made the past 4 shots from the field. Here we are. We'll see if they can close out this game. 3:30 left to go. And the Gators shooting 2 here at the free throw line. First shot from the charity stripe. No good, off the top of the iron by Florida. It couldn't go down. This is number 21, Deontay Bassett, at the free throw line. He's a 66% free throw shooter this season. Bassett is averaging about 3 points per game. Here we are. Bassett does hit the first one. 66-65, 1-point game with 3.5 remaining. LSU with the ball. Tremont Waters dribbles towards the right side of the perimeter with the ball. He passes it off. Right elbow with it. Naz Reid, and he dribbles outside the perimeter again. Top of the key. They feed the ball underneath the basket, and the offensive rebound up and in right there by Cavell Bigby Williams. Finally getting the scoring to happen for Bigby tonight, and a Florida player is down with 3:14 left to go. There's somebody hurt on the court. I'm going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. LSU just scored, and we do have an injured Florida player down on the ground. That was Cavell Bigby Williams, who got the basket up and in off the backboard, and it looked like for the Florida Gators, it was number 21, Deontay Bassett, right behind him trying to guard him, and he did hit the court down hard and went on his back, and it looks like Bassett is walking off to the bench now. Looks a little woozy right now for the Florida Gators. So if you're just joining me, the score is LSU 68, Florida 65. Florida here to inbound it with 3:14 left to go. They do. As they pass the ball at the timeline here into the hands of Kevon Allen. He's at the Gator logo. Passes the ball left side of the perimeter. It's to Keontae Johnson. Johnson at the free throw circle. And now he puts the ball into the hands, and it's a layup up and in. Jalen Hudson, what a night for the Florida Gators. Lays it up and in right there. 68-67, LSU up by 1 with 2:48 left to go. Jalen Hudson with 26 points tonight for Florida. LSU right side of the three-point perimeter. Naz Reid with the ball now with 16 on the shot clock. Dribbling, trying to take it inside. Reid gets stripped of the ball, stolen away by Florida. 2:30 left to go. Gators with the ball, down by 1. Left side of the perimeter, Kevon Allen with the ball for Florida. Allen now dribbling with 2:22 left to go. He takes it to the top of the key, passes the ball right side of the perimeter into the hands of Andrew Nembhard now for the Gators. Puts it at the top of the key. Keontae Johnson passes it underneath the basket and Nembhard kicks it back outside. Right corner three, no good. Hits the rim short by Jalen Hudson. Rebounded here by LSU with 2 minutes left to go. Tigers up by 1. 68-67. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Tremont Waters with the ball, the all-star point guard. At the corner of the front court towards the Gator logo. Now he's at the right side of the perimeter, trying to take it inside. No good, but he gets a putback up and in by Tremont Waters. Missed the first one, gets his own offensive rebound and puts it home, 70-67. Tremont with 14 points tonight, 6 assists. LSU up by 3, 1 minute and 28 left to go. And we do have, it looks like a foul called on the play. So LSU gets charged with a foul with 1:27 left to go. I'm going to update you guys with the chat, with the score. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the remainder of this season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. Less than 3 weeks away. Here we are at the free throw line with the Florida Gators. Inside the bonus, so shooting the 1-and-1, they miss it. Rebounded by LSU here. Naz Reid snagged the rebound. 70-67, LSU up by 3, and they have the ball with 1 minute and 18. It's into the hands of Tremont Waters. Dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter, he has the ball with 14 on the shot clock. Waters with 1 minute and 8 remaining. Waters now with 1 minute and 4, trying to take it inside. Floats up the shot, no good. Offensive rebound by LSU, and the shot missed. Fight for the rebound, and out of bounds. Last touch by Florida, so LSU will get the ball back here on the inbound with 57.6 seconds remaining. Another close game tonight between two SEC teams. Great games here in college basketball. This game goes a long way as to getting into the tournament for Florida right now. .6 seconds remaining in this one. Florida currently ranked as a number 9 seed in the latest bracketology projections, currently on that bubble right now, as they will close out the season at Rupp Arena against number 6 Kentucky. As this is a difficult schedule to end the season. Number 10 LSU, number 6 Kentucky, and then they play in the SEC tournament. Here we are. An official review says that the ball was last touched out by Florida, so LSU will get the inbound here with 57.6 seconds remaining. So LSU talking things over here on this TV timeout. Close game between both of these two teams. LSU right now currently on the number 3 seed line in the latest ESPN bracketology projections. So here we are. Tremont Waters will pass in the inbound ball with 57.6 seconds remaining. Lobs it over the top inside the key. It's to Naz Reid. Takes it back outside the perimeter. Puts it into the hands of Tremont with 52 seconds remaining. Waters with 49 with 22 on the shot clock here. 70-67. LSU up by 3. 40 seconds left. 14 on the shot clock. Tremont still with the ball in his hands. Waters now, top of the key. Tremont Waters trying to take it inside. Loses the ball. Florida going the distance with it to the bucket and slams it down. 70-69 with 29 seconds remaining. What a steal there by number 3, Jalen Hudson, and what a night by Hudson tonight. Going to update you guys with a score. We have a 1-point game. Tremont Waters for LSU just coughed it up, and Jalen Hudson took it the distance for the Florida Gators. What a game here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the end of the regular season, and of course, getting you into the March Madness tournament. 1-point game here between Florida and LSU. Looking at the latest bracketology projections by ESPN, LSU on the number 3 seed line in the latest projections. Florida currently on the bubble, number 9 right now inside the seed line for the Florida Gators. They're 3-9 against top 50 teams this season. The loss on Saturday against Georgia really hurt them, but here they are. They could try to get a quality win here or either Saturday to put them in the tournament, either here against LSU, number 10, or number 6 at Rupp Arena against Kentucky on Saturday. If you're a Florida fan, I'll be having that stream as well Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time when they play Kentucky. That'll be my next stream. And then the stream after that, I'll have North Carolina against Duke, 6 p.m. on Saturday. And then other than that, for a conference championship week, we don't know the schedule yet, so I'm not sure who I'll stream after that. But here we are, 1-point game with 29 seconds remaining. A timeout was called on the floor, so we're going to get the inbound pass here momentarily. What a game here between LSU and Florida. This is reminiscent of the stream I did on Saturday night, North Carolina against Clemson. That game went down to the wire. Kentucky against Ole Miss. Did that stream last night. That was pretty close. Here we are with LSU on the inbound with 29 seconds left to go. They're looking for somebody's open. Trying to put it in the hands of someone, LSU, and they call a timeout. So timeout called on the floor by LSU with 29.1 seconds left to go. Feel free to let me know who you're rooting for in the chat, LSU or Florida, or if you just like college basketball in general. What a game here between both of these teams. Wow, a lot at stake here. LSU trying to get tied with the Tennessee Vols in the conference. Florida trying to stay afloat and get into the March Madness tournament. If they do get the win here, chances are Florida will definitely be in the March Madness tournament. If they don't get the win, then they're going to have to win against Kentucky or either make a deep run inside the SEC tournament. So this is what it comes down to. We already saw an upset earlier tonight inside the Big East. Seton Hall, who's on the bubble, beat Marquette tonight. So that already happened. So there's bubble teams trying to cash their way into the tournament. Oklahoma crushed Kansas yesterday. Oklahoma's still on the bubble. Here we are back to action. LSU with the inbound, looking to pass it to somebody. And they do. They find them with 28.6 seconds remaining, and the foul is called. So LSU will be shooting in the bonus here. Doesn't look like they're in the double bonus just yet. So I think they'll be shooting a 1-and-1 here coming up. You're just joining us. The Tigers are up against the Gators by 1, 70-69. Updating the score here with a chat. 28.6 seconds remaining. LSU at the free throw line with Skylar Mays. He's an 87% free throw shooter. Oh, he missed it. No good. Florida with the rebound. 26 seconds left to go. Florida. And they called a timeout with 22.5 seconds left. What a game here between both of these teams. So Florida they just got the rebound, and they'll have a chance to see if they can score here with 22.5 seconds remaining. I've seen a couple close games this season. Villanova lost against Marquette as Villanova had the final chance to score a basket with 12 seconds remaining, and they called a terrible play and got a terrible look at the basket and missed an awful shot. Didn't have a clear basket here. Florida trying to draw up that play and see if this is the play that will take them to the tournament here. 70-69. What a game. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction through the rest of the season for college basketball games and getting you through the March Madness tournament. What a game we have tonight. If you're a Florida Gators fan as well, feel free to like my video as well and watch on Saturday. I'll be covering the team once again. They'll take on Kentucky at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have another game for Florida for you guys against Kentucky. Here we are with 22.5 seconds remaining. Florida down by 1. LSU up by 1. Here we are. Florida gets the inbound into the hands of Nembhard. Nembhard at the Gator logo here with 17 seconds left. Passes the ball left side of the perimeter to Keontae Johnson. Passes it back to Nembhard. 11 seconds. Back to Johnson. Top of the key passes. 3-point shot. Left corner. Oh, it rolls in. Got the generous rim right there by Florida with 6.2 seconds to go. LSU with an inbound down by 2. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3. Waters trying to drive. Oh, he lays it up and in with 0.5. We are tied up at 72. What a game. And the shot here. And it was just a long distance shot. We're going to overtime. Oh, man. 11 this one. 72 even. Holy moly. First game in a while that's going to overtime. Oh, man, this is intense. If you haven't already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. Play-by-play live reaction all season long into the March Madness tournament. Here we are, Florida and LSU, and we got SEC basketball at its finest right here. We've had so many games this season inside the SEC with this type of games. We've had games going into overtime left and right in college basketball as of late. And here's another one. Wow. This is incredible. 72 even. I've done a couple streams that's gone into overtime. Arizona against Arizona State was insane. That game went into overtime, and the Sun Devils won that one. So 5 minutes in overtime, both of these teams will get. We're tied up at 72 here. Tremont Waters keeping things alive with a reverse hand layup, driving the distance of the court, putting it in with 0.5 seconds remaining. And on the other side, Florida, that was an incredible 3-point shot with 6 seconds left to go from the left corner of the perimeter there. Other basketball that's going off right now, not much important in basketball as we're going to stick it here. As I'm seeing on my stream, Oklahoma State against Baylor is also went on ESPN. So all those people who live out in Oklahoma and Texas who have cable packages that want to see Florida and LSU have just been redirected to the Oklahoma State Baylor game. So now they're trying to look for some place to go to watch their game. So if you know anybody outside in Oklahoma or Texas who just got redirected to the Baylor Oklahoma State game, feel free to name my channel and give them the link down below to get them started here. As we're in overtime right now, 5 minutes in overtime. LSU gets the tip into the hands of Tremont Waters. He's at the top of the key here, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Passes the ball to the right elbow here for Waters to Naz Reid. Top of the key, Skylar Mays passes it left side of the perimeter to Waters. Tremont here, dribbling with the ball. 4:38 left to go in overtime. Tied up at 72. Tremont Waters, 8 on the shot clock. Puts the ball into the hands. And LSU trying to drive to the basket up and in. They lay it up over the top. Javonte Smart hits the shot. 74-72. Smart with 15 tonight. Tigers up by 2. Gators with the ball with 4:20 left to go in OT. The spin move, the floater up top, no good as it hits the top of the rim. Rebounded by LSU. Tremont Waters here with the ball. It takes it past the right side of the timeline for the Tigers. He passes it off to Naz Reid at the right elbow inside the 3-point arc. Feeds the ball back to Waters. Deep 3. Nothing but net by Tremont. From the outside, LSU with a 77-72 lead. Tremont Waters with 19 points tonight. Got in some foul trouble in the second half. He has 4 fouls right now. He sat on the bench for a couple of minutes, but he's been back clean without any fouls in OT as 19. Florida with the ball down by 5. Jumper from the free throw circle. He hits. 77-74 with 3:30 left to go. The Gators won't go away. That was number 3, Jalen Hudson, with 30 points tonight for Florida, who hit that shot home. Florida down by 3. LSU with the ball, trying to dribble. Baseline, inside. Skylar Mays with the ball, and we do have a timeout call by LSU. So I'm going to update you guys in the chat once again. Feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long throughout the end of the season. And, of course, the rest of the March Madness tournament less than 3 weeks away now from action. What an incredible game here. Florida hitting the go-ahead three-point shot to put them up by 2 with 6 seconds remaining. And then Tremont Waters doing his thing, going the distance with a reverse hand layup, spinning it right off the top of the backboard. And it goes into the bucket with 0.6 seconds remaining, sending this one into overtime. Tremont Waters for LSU right now sits at 4th in the nation in steals per game. He averages 3 steals per game right now, as this has just been an insane game between both of these teams in OT right now. So timeout on the court. Thank you so much for joining my chat right now. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel if you wish as well. Play-by-play and live reactions all season long to different college basketball games, taking you up through the March Madness tournament as well. If you're a Florida Gators fan out there, I'll have the stream for you guys against Kentucky. 2 p.m. Eastern time is their next game on Saturday. I'll have that one. And then North Carolina against Duke Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have that game as well. As far as the conference tournament schedule, I'm not sure about who I'm covering yet for next week because of all the scattered out games inside. We don't know who's playing who once that schedule is set and stuff like that for all the different conference tournaments. But what a game here. 77-74, 3:16 left to go. Let me know down in the chat who you guys like. Got some LSU fans in here. Got some Florida fans. Great to have you guys in the chat. I appreciate it. What a great game here between both of these teams. This game means a lot to these two squads. LSU right now trying to tie Kentucky at the top of the SEC standings. Florida, on the other hand, trying to get the W so they can go back into the March Madness tournament. They need to either beat LSU tonight or Kentucky for a top 10 win to basically get them into the tournament. LSU here with inbound. They're up by 3 with 3:15 left to go. The ball into the hands of Skylar Mays. Dribbling low post, Mays floats up the shot up and in. LSU up by 5, 79-74. 3:05 left to go in OT. Florida now with the ball. Nembhard dribbles past the Gator logo now. He puts the ball into the hands of the right side of the perimeter to Keontae Johnson. Passes the ball to Nembhard underneath the basket, up and in off the glass by Andrew Nembhard of Florida, 79-76. LSU up by 3. 2:40 left to go at the right elbow. Looking for a deep 2 is Naz Reid and kicks the ball back outside. Tremont Waters passes it off and then goes back into the hands of Waters here, left side of the perimeter with 2.5 remaining for LSU. Waters trying to take it inside. Spin move, step back, deep 2. No good off the front part of the iron. And a foul called with 2:22 left to go in OT. And Naz Reid picks up the rebounding foul for LSU. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. LSU is up by 3, 79-76. So here we are at the free throw line. Florida will shoot 2 here inside the double bonus with Kevarius Hayes. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Hayes, his first shot, knocks that one down. 79-77. LSU up by 2. It looks like we do have some subs coming into the game and checking onto the game here for LSU. Here we are, Kevarius Hayes back at the free throw line. It's them both 1-point game. 79-78 LSU here gets the inbound with 2:20 left to go in this game as they pass the timeline here. This is Javonte Smart, passes the ball to Naz Reid, back to Smart, right side of the perimeter, trying to take it inside, and no, he stripped of the ball, and who got it last? I think it was last touched out by Florida, so LSU there will get the ball back on the inbound, I believe. As let's see on the replay, Javonte Smart trying to dribble inside. Florida just ripped it right out of his hands, but they They went all the way back to the baseline. So LSU gets the ball back on the inbound. They're up by 1 with 2:05 left to go in OT. LSU kicks the ball back outside, top of the key with Tremont Waters. Waters dribbles back to the Florida logo. Waters now trying to take it inside and floats up a shot. No good. Bad look at that shot. Rebounded here by Florida. 79-78, a minute 48 left to go in OT. Florida with the ball. Andrew Nembhard, right elbow, looking for a deep 2, looking for a man who's open. Does pass the ball out right side of the perimeter. Keontae Johnson with the ball goes back into the hands of Nembhard, takes it to the Gator logo. He passes the ball at the right wing of the perimeter. It's Keontae Johnson again, dribbling with it. Puts the ball into the hands of Kevon Allen, back into the hands of Johnson. Trying to go inside, no good. And the ball goes back to LSU, and it's out of bounds with a minute 21 left to go. I'm going to update you guys with the chat right now. It looks like Florida thought that ball was out of bounds by LSU. It looks like the refs are, oh, wow. So, yeah, the refs are going to the review monitor here to see who last touched it. Ooh, yeah, it looked like it was off a Florida Gator. So it was number 11 for LSU, Cavell Bigby Williams, who got the rebound, and then he tried to rebound it, and he knocked it right off the chest of a Florida player, and it went out of bounds. As we look at this replay again on the screen, Bigby Williams with a rebound, and then he tried to bring it down, and it goes off the chest of a Florida player, it appears to be, and goes out of bounds. Looks like number 12 for Florida was the one who the ball went off his chest. So I'm going to update you guys with the score again with a minute and 21 left to go in overtime. What a great game. 1-point game here between LSU and Florida. SEC basketball at its finest right here with all these close games inside the conference this season. Another game in overtime. So when we get back to action, LSU here will have the ball. So LSU gets the ball on the inbound. We have a minute 17 left to go. They take it past the timeline with Javonte Smart. Top of the key here, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. Smart passes the ball, and it goes into the hand of Naz Reid. Naz Reid with a minute and 5 remaining, trying to back his way in there. Spin move. Reid, no good off the top of the iron. Bodies fighting for the rebound, and Florida has it. The rebound went to Kavarius Hayes of the Gators. Florida now takes it past the timeline with 52 seconds left. Nembhard at the right side of the perimeter, passing the ball to Keontae Johnson. Top of the key. Left wing of the perimeter now with Jalen Hudson. Trying to dribble inside. Jalen. And he gets denied. Block on the play by LSU. LSU gets the rebound. It had 37.9 seconds remaining, and we do have a injury on the court, and LSU players seriously hurt. And once again, it's Naz Reid, who's on his belly, holding his face right now, rolling around on the ground. It doesn't look good for Naz Reid, who is coming into the game with 6 double-doubles on the season and 2 double-doubles in the last 2 games against Texas A&M and Alabama. But let's see what happened here. The huge block by number 11, Cavell Bigby Williams for LSU, and right there, he accidentally landed on his teammate. Oh, man, Naz Reid, and then a Florida player tried to go after the ball, and it looks like he might have appeared to kick Naz Reid accidentally in the shoe as he landed with a shoe right into the mouth right there, Naz Reid's mouth, and that's what he appears to be holding his mouth right now. He looks hurt on the ground. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here. That's not good. That's the leading rebounder for LSU. If it appears it goes into another overtime right now, because that's a big loss with Naz Reid out. Let's see here in the replay. Just updated the chat here for the score. Still going over this. So Florida was trying to dribble inside. The shot was blocked off the top of the backboard by LSU, and Naz Reid fell down hard to the ground as he was trying to rebound the ball, and he was on the ground as it looked like a Florida player kicked him in the mouth with his shoe, and he's on the bench right now as he's hurt. It looks like towards his mouth area around the teeth for Naz Reid. So we're going to get back to action shortly. 37.9 seconds remaining in OT. Here we are getting back to action. LSU with the inbound. 33 seconds remaining, 79-78. If I was Florida, I'd follow now. I don't know why they're wasting time here. 25 seconds. LSU has the ball. They're up by 1. Florida's not following. 22 seconds remaining. Left side of the perimeter. With the ball, it's Skylar Mays trying to dribble to the bucket. No good. He missed the shot. Rebounded by Florida with 14 seconds. They need to go to the distance. Taking too much time. 11 seconds. Haven't even passed the timeline. They do with 9. They called a timeout with 7.8 seconds remaining. Setting up for a fantastic finish in this one. 79-78. Don't change the dial. Right now, LSU and Florida with 7.8 seconds left in OT. SEC basketball at its finest right now. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction throughout the rest of this season, and of course, getting you through the March Madness tournament. And here we are with this game between LSU and Florida, coming down to the final possession of this one with 7.8 seconds left to go in overtime, and Florida will get the ball here back on the inbound. If they needed to put in the hands of a player, they should do so for Jalen Hudson. He's had an incredible night for the Gators. 30 points scored tonight for Jalen Hudson. And right now, Florida, we'll see if they have one last chance at home to do so. If they do get the bucket in, most likely they'll be going to the NCAA tournament. If they don't, they're going to have to beat Kentucky on Saturday to increase their chances at the tournament, or make a deep run into the SEC championship week inside the SEC championship tournament. Here we are back to action off the inbound. 7 seconds left. 5 seconds left with Florida. At the top of the key, they fall down. 2 seconds left. Trying to dribble baseline with point 3. Oh, no, they cannot get it to go, and that's the final. The shot too late after the buzzer. And LSU survives by 1, 79-78 in OT. What a game here between both of these teams. Huge win on the road for LSU tonight. This one is just gone final. LSU winning by 1. What a game here. I'll go into the box score in a little bit. If you're a Florida Gators fan, feel free to tune in during my next stream, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday against Kentucky. I'll have that stream for you guys. And then North Carolina against Duke, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday. I'll have that stream once again. This game has gone final. LSU, number 10 inside the AP Top 25, comes out victorious, 79-78. In this one, we're going to look at the box score here and the leading scorers of the game. Tremont Waters with the tying layup with 0.6 seconds remaining. He went coast to coast for LSU. Florida hit the go-ahead three-point shot with 6 seconds remaining. They went up by 2, and then LSU, to force the game into overtime, Tremont Waters went the distance, circled the rim, reverse hand layup. The ball circled the rim and went in with 0.6 seconds remaining. And LSU tied this thing up, put it into overtime, and they get the 1-point victory in this game. So Tremont Waters finished with 19 points tonight, leading the way for the LSU Tigers. Coming in second tonight in the scoring for LSU was Javonte Smart with 15 points. And then 14 rebounds, 13 points, double-double night for this guy, Emmett Williams, for the LSU Tigers. On the season, he was averaging 7 points per game, and he only had 5.3 rebounds per game he was averaging. But tonight, Emmett Williams pulled down 14 rebounds off the bench for LSU and 13 points in this one. What a game for LSU in Florida tonight. 33 points coming from Jalen Hudson out of nowhere tonight for the Florida Gators. I'm going to look at what he averages this season. Jalen Hudson coming into this game. He was averaging 7.8 points per game. He scored 33 tonight. That's insane. But they still fall short by 1 point in this one. 15 points by Keontae Johnson, second on the team in scoring tonight for the Florida Gators in this one. And then Noah Locke coming off the bench with 10 points. We're going to look to some of these team stats before we wrap it up tonight, as Florida did shoot the ball a little bit better than LSU from the field in this game, as LSU attempted 72 shots from the field. They converted on 31 of them. They shot the ball at 43% from the field. Florida shot the ball at 45% from the field. From three-point range, Florida went 9 for 25 in this game, shooting three-pointers. They went into halftime only converting on one three-point shot, but changed that completely different in the second half in this one. The free throws were the difference here. Both of the teams shot the ball at 68% from the free throw line, but Florida had 25 attempts to do so. They knocked down 17. LSU went 11 for 16 from the charity stripe in this game. LSU out rebounding Florida 46 to 36 in this one. Other than that, this game has gone final. Just an incredible game between both of these teams tonight, between Florida and LSU. That basically does it for tonight. So Florida with that win, or no, Florida with a loss, they moved to 17 and 13 over on 9 and 8 in the SEC. It's LSU who got the win tonight. They'll tie Tennessee in the standings at 15 and 2 overall inside the SEC standings right now. So both of those teams at the top. Number 5, Tennessee. Number 10, LSU. That basically does it for tonight. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the season, and of course into the March Madness tournament. So stay tuned all season long to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight. LSU coming out victorious, putting this one in overtime and getting the W by 179 to 78. This does it for tonight. This has been a presentation of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a nice night, everybody.